What is good, Vibe Gang? It is your boy Ray here with another motherfucker. Light them up, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are ready for probably one of the most deepest motherfuckers on YouTube, on the internet right now, in my opinion, like this man will show you the way. Light him up. Light him up because we're about to get started, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother from the same color, from another mother, Tonedeaf Musiq. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, everybody?
I
How's
know, man.
everybody
Look at me.
doing?
Coming over here looking all clean,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
You coming
hey,
over here
hey,
looking all
hey,
clean,
hey,
bro.
hey. I had to show
I
off
ain't
for
know.
you.
I ain't know we were doing that, brother. My bad. I ain't know we were doing that. Hold on. Looking
I had,
clean, boy.
I had to show off for you, Ray.
I appreciate you coming through, my guy, man. This has been in the makings for a long time. I couldn't wait to get you up here. I saw an opportunity the other day. You were on the live stream. I said, "Fuck it, man. We gotta get this done now. I gotta get my brother up here." So I appreciate you coming up and taking the time out to hang up with your boy, man.
Now, thank you for just making the time.
Oh,
Honestly,
absolutely, bro.
it's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Because we got into a very deep, beautiful conversation when you were up here the other day.
I
And
th-
and I've been dying to get back into that combo, man.
where were we at? Because I mean, I swear we can pick up where we left off, but
Well, first, for the people that don't know who Tone Deaf is, break down who Tone Deaf is. If somebody comes and be like, you know what, I never seen this reactor before. I never seen this content created before. How give me a take as long as you want, brother, because we here. And let us know who Tone Deaf really is, man, and where the name came from.
so tone deaf. Let me break that down first. Obviously, it's a play on words. It's an oxymoron. I listen to everything though, but when I was creating my reaction channel, I was like, I know what I hear in music, but I know what other people don't hear. I was like, I'm just gonna
Right.
go with tone deaf. I know some people will strictly listen to words, some people will listen to the beat, but as a musician, also, I don't even know if you knew that, Ray. I play every brass instrument, so I love melodic tones. So that makes
Okay.
me just feel the music a little bit differently.
Right.
And by understanding that, understanding what that means, and knowing exactly how all the instrumentation goes into play with each other and it blends, it really just hits me different. So I know sometimes when I'm doing my reactions, I'll stop. It's because I'm just hearing something and it resonates with me.
Right.
So I tell you what, I know there's a lot of people who are like, where have you been? Well, let me fill in the gap for that.
Yep.
So for those that don't know, I was in the Air Force. 20 years to the day, it was time to go. Spent a lot of time overseas. My last nine was overseas. And if you don't know what that means, anybody that's stateside, that just means I was in other countries outside of the United States. So just knowing that I was coming back, this was the perfect time for me to just reconnect with myself, family, and just stop for a second. It's just been a beautiful ride. It's probably been about, I'd say, getting close to 4 months now, but I couldn't be more blessed.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome, bro. What made you want to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this reaction thing, man? What really made it? What gave you that extra push to be like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it.
I would see other people doing reactions, and I'd be like, "Did you catch that?" And I know even now, there's plenty of things that I just miss. It's just naturally going to happen, especially if you're just
Right.
giving it that truth first take. I try to just feel it for what it is that first go round. And I know I miss a whole lot of things. And all the fan bases come in and they educate me. And then that second, third, fourth time I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, that really does have more depth. So as you can see, I have the anchor. I am the calmest in probably the absolute worst situations. So when I thought about doing reactions, I'm like, I just need to bring that to the table. I'm not gonna be the overly hype person. I'm not gonna be, jumping off the wall. We got Ray for that, and I like that. It's just
I
completely
was gonna, I
different
was
for
gonna
me.
say, I was gonna say, you the yin to my yang, my brother.
Exactly. I think that's the best part about it, though. I think just reaction community in general is like everybody's personality is different,
Right.
and
Right.
it brings
Absolutely.
something different to the music base because we all feel it differently. So why not explain it differently?
That's exactly that. And you made a great point because it's true. A lot of people is like, oh, they're used to seeing one way or how somebody does a reaction, and that may be your cup of tea. But I know for a fact that my fan base is going to come to me after they get the ones that break down the bars, break down the
Mm-hmm.
instruments, break down everything. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna watch them first. I'm fine going last. I'm good that I'm the last one on their list because I'm more of we're not gonna think too much over here.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna try to have as much fun with this song as possible, and I'm just gonna give you that aspect of reacting. Yeah, I could break down some bars for you. Yeah, that's obvious. I could break down bars pretty fucking well, but I don't want that to be that's my channel breaking down bars. Like I don't want to just sit there and oh my god, this means this in 15 different ways. Let me
Exactly.
show you how. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to, damn, this man did this, that, and the third, and then let my brain just come up with something stupid to say.
Yes.
Because my job as a comedian is to make sure that whoever's going to watch me is to make them laugh.
You,
If I'm
you,
aspiring, if I'm aspiring to be a comedian and I'm up here doing reactions and I'm serious face, I'm doing a horrible job.
wait, are you aspiring to be a comedian? This is new to me.
Absolutely. 2026, I'm taking my comedy run and I'm gonna start doing clubs and doing taking the long road. I'm doing like starting from the bottom and working the clubs and getting used to the stage and getting used to my material and doing actual write jokes down, get the time frame down, and get do the whole schmeal. I'm starting that 2026. Yeah,
That you're gonna do great. I already know just from the following
I
that you have.
appreciate
I
you.
mean, you're gonna do. People aren't ready for you because I mean, not everybody watches YouTube, but to see you in person, I guarantee, like that's just a treat in itself.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my journey. That's pretty much a journey that I sat down with myself. I'm like, yeah, dude, you gotta fucking do this shit. Like you,
You
you
do.
have to just at least try it. And I'm not expecting anything out of it. I'm expecting an experience,
Hmm.
and that's all I can expect at this point is that I'm gonna have a fucking experience. And I'm just gonna have fun with it, bro. Like the more comfortable I am, I know the better I'm gonna be on stage and then hopefully by the end of the year do something big so everybody could come in. I do one big show and everybody could come and see it and close it out the year like that. So
I mean, let's go ahead and I haven't even talked with you about this, but I mean, you met Eminem, so what more
this is
do
not my
you?
interview though. No, you bring me on your page and we talk about that. We,
Uh,
we bring me on. This has nothing to do with me, bro. This has nothing to do with me. It's enough that we're talking about and talk about everything. No, let's talk about you. So what direction? What you coming back to do this reaction? You coming back and you're gonna hit it. Are you going to stay to the same what mean pretty much what you're good at? Are you changing things up? Are you doing different things like editing wise? Are you changing any of that stuff up?
I think I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I think it's just because there are some new artists that I've been introduced to, especially being back on the East Coast. I mean, I'm in the South. I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
I've just heard completely different music from a different range with a different ear because everybody knows in the South, if your speakers cannot, you're going to bump it. So just knowing that's what it is, I hear music completely different. Like sitting in my office and when I was in Turkey, I left Turkey. It had a different feel to it, but now I have the feeling of the culture alongside of it. But there's
Right.
also some songs from Greece, Turkey, and so forth that I still want to go back and do because I would be walking on the streets and I would hear, whether it be hip hop, rap, anything like that, I would hear it. I'm like, oh, so you guys are actually listening to this as well. And it
Right.
sounded good. So I want to go back and I've saved some of those artists. I just haven't taken the time to just stop for a second. But it's gonna
Right.
be fun. It's gonna be a good ride. I can
That's
promise you
dope.
that.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same. I'm kind of the same way with that because I'm more. I told this to the Patreon the other day. I'm more of. I'll listen to the sound first. I'll listen to the cadence and I'll listen to the flow. When I first listen
Hmm.
to a song, if the bar is so noticeable that I could catch it that quick, I'll catch it and I'll explain it or I'll say it. But I mostly am trying to catch the cadence because I like to sing along when I listen to music. So the first thing that I need to learn first is to me is the cadence. So I listen to sound, I listen to cadence, and then I get that down. Once I get the when I
Hmm.
start get that down, and I can flow with it good, then I focus more on the lyrics, break all that down, and as I'm learning the lyrics, then I start catching newer and newer bars. The more I listen to it, so like my process into actually breaking down the song, I literally haven't done a reaction like that. I don't think I've ever done like to sit there and literally break it down like I break it down by myself. I haven't really done that. I haven't really sat there because it'll be 3 to 4 hours. I swear to you, I will take one song
Mm.
and make it that long because I pull up Google, because I want to figure out. I'm not gonna try to break my head. If I can't get the double or the triple of the scheme, I'm gonna try to figure out my goddamn self. Even if I have to use Google, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So that's like an extensive way that I do it. Now doing the reactions, I'm used to just
Just having a
doing
good
what I
time.
do, just having a good time. And if I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, I like watching yo shit because of that, because I get that different aspect of breaking down an actual song, and you give that other look that and like you said, you have a calm demeanor. So I could smoke a blunt and listen to you, bro, and I will fall asleep. Dead ass. I'll just be like, man, my man Tone knows what the fuck he's talking about, bro. And I'll just fucking pass the fuck out, man. It's fun. I love your shit. And yo, let's talk about your Instagram posts, bro. Holy, dude, those are my favorite fucking things on IG right now. You and then Stone Cold playing with his cats. Like dead ass. Those are my two favorite things on Instagram right now. You put up these motivational clips on YouTube or on Instagram. I mean, are you? Is that something that you want to aspire to be like a motivational speaker? Do you want to really like do that for real? For real?
So I've already been in the lane for quite a while. So how do I think the best way to say it is I've led some very diverse teams within the military, and I ask a lot of these questions to myself. So if anybody has ever seen my IG, yes, I have TikTok. If you want to follow that, it doesn't matter, but it is still tone deaf. And the reason why I tend to post them is because I have my reflection time in the morning before I have my coffee. That's just my 20 to 30 minutes to myself. And whatever comes to my mind, usually is something that I'm probably thinking someone else may want to hear, or maybe it needs to be reinforcement within their head. So I'll just go outside, sit on the porch, and I'll record it. But in the long run, there's quite a few motivational speakers in the area, and they're like, brother, you need to come out. You just need to do what you do because you have a different story as well.
Right.
And all of us do. It's just never, we always think about it like, oh, I never thought that it would be a story to tell. Everybody's got a
Exactly.
story. I mean,
And
I've
let's
sat back
so
and listened to your story.
let's hear your story. That's the story I want to hear from the get family life when you were a jit. Where were you born and raised at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, born and raised, or the playground where I spent most of my days. I
Most
feel
of
you
my,
bad.
I think I was raised by a single mother because, my dad decided that he wanted to be in love with the streets more than his family. And I completely understood that as I got older, but I ended up going to a private school at the age of 9. So just seeing a different part of the United States at that time, I got to go to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I don't know if anybody's from PA in here, but if you've been to Hershey Park, all you smell is chocolate in that town. And literally, I went to Hershey Park every weekend. But I think the best thing about having that experience so early is I lived in a home with 12 boys, pretty much from fourth grade all the way to 12th grade. And it
Wow.
was different ages. So I'm an only child. My dad, he has some additional children, so I've got some half brothers. But to have people literally in a house with me that I wake up every morning with, go to sleep, we're sharing chores, we're, knocking each other out in the hallway. If you can name it, it was done in those
Right.
households. But it was all love at the end of the day because I would be helping out with somebody that was in third grade as an 11th or 12th grader. And that was just my little brother. Then moving forward, graduation, came down to South Carolina. I was like, what are we doing down here? Had no aspirations of going to college at that time. I personally thought I needed a year off. Started college. The first sign I saw when entering the town was no room for racism. I said, I don't think I should be here. But I decided because my mother was like, you got to do something. I was like, oh, I guess we'll try this out for a little bit.
Right.
Did that for probably all of about, I wouldn't even say a full year to be honest. I was boxing back then. I was just doing my own thing. And then I just happened to stumble across the Air Force steps. And then the next 20 years is truly history. Um, just to give you a couple of highlights of things that I've done, because I forget sometimes the 10th anniversary of the World Trade Center. I walked from Texas to New York City to stand at Ground Zero. That's something I'll
Mm-hmm.
never forget.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with the Korean Special Forces on projects. Just being able to be in Japan for 3 years and run on the seawall and just
Wow.
being and experience that culture. Then moving over to Qatar. In Qatar, I was the World Cup advisor, the defense ambassador for the World Cup. And all of that happened right before the Afghanistan evac. So
Oh
you're
my
talking
God.
about humanity and me seeing a transition of an entire culture. I was literally on the ground when that first lane landed in Qatar with Afghan evacuation personnel. I've never been a part of something more humbling in my life. And during that time frame, it really showed me what I was called to do. I don't care about money. I don't care about anything else. I felt like my calling was to help humans as a whole because most people just don't have that.
Right.
So to see the worst of the worst, let me back up for a small second. Here's why it's all important. The reason why I joined the Air Force is because my roommate that was in school with me, he was shot and killed in Afghanistan. Now, move forward 20 years, I closed that door by getting Afghan evacuees out of that country. Certain things just don't
Wow.
happen like that. So
Wow.
it was just more to me that no matter where I've been, something is always connected and I've always been connected to people. So when I sit down and even I do my content, a lot of it is just really about relating to the artist, what they feel, and how they tell that story. That's what that's the main basis and the foundation of my channel.
Brother. First of all, thank you for your service. That's first and foremost. Thank you for your service. I try to support the troops as much as I fucking can. I believe that every single person is useful out there, and if it wasn't for them, I can't be in this camera right now doing what the fuck
Hmm.
I do. If it wasn't for you guys, so that's first off. I, 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 I wish that I could have been part of that family. I got family that are in the military, and I've always wanted to be in the military, but I made stupid decisions when I was younger that didn't allow me to do it. So, but it's fine. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm happy with it.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I have so much respect for you guys that you guys really make a difference. You guys really fucking do, and sometimes you guys do things that it doesn't make sense,
Hmm.
but I know that a lot of you guys' hearts is in it for the right reasons, trying to
Hmm.
make this country a better country for our kids, for everybody that's living it, everybody that's building their businesses, every entrepreneur that wants to succeed and be able to do business across other countries and other lines that they couldn't cross if they weren't in one of in the best fucking country in the world,
Hmm.
which is the United States. That's my humbly opinion, and I can't wait for the book. Because that should be the next step is you write a fucking book. Because I could just imagine the stories. 20 years in the military. That's stories upon stories
Hmm.
that I know you have. Um, Tell me a little bit about that 9/11.
I,
If you
I,
can. If you can't,
no,
then that's fine.
I
Whatever you
can.
can talk about.
I can. I get goosebumps because it's one of the reasons why I joined, and that's why it really does hit home. Like I have a heart. Most people are like, "Oh, you're stoic." Sometimes I'm like, "No, I feel everything. I just
Right.
have a calm demeanor." But 9/11, kind of how that came about is someone told me no, And I kind of looked around and I said, wait, we're going to accept this answer. So, a backstory, just so everybody's understanding what happened. There was a march going from San Antonio to New York City. And in my head, I was like, well, someone said no. They said, well, you can do it if you raise enough money. Challenge accepted. You got the wrong fucking one. I'm going to make it happen. I
Right,
built a
right.
team of about 10 people and I said, hey, we're going to go out into the community, canvas the community. We will find whatever we need. And I said, and we will take part in this. I said, I will tell you why later on. I said, but I know many of the people that were, I was in Mississippi at the time. At the time, they only had a certain leg. I said, I'm literally going to walk from the beginning to the end, whether I like it or not. And it was probably one of the most humbling experiences that I've ever had. And you're talking miles upon miles. I mean, the delusion that has to be in within your head to just say, yes, I'm willing to sleep wherever we make it to, and then we will do this all over again, days after days after days. But everything went away once we were probably about a mile and a half out from ground zero because you could see it. And I don't care what anybody thinks. It was just one of those moments to where in my heart I was like, I'm just supposed to be here.
Right.
There's something about. I mean, I had a VFW hat that was given to me, and one of the guys that was a local, he said, at least take this with you along the way. And I would literally lay that by my pillow and say, like, hey, if there's any reason, it's to make sure that this hat at least gets a picture taken at ground zero.
Wow.
My daughter,
That's
my oldest daughter, who's now 15, she was probably no more than 6 or 7 months at the time. And she sat on my little bag that I had, and she just sat there and she looked up at me. Of course, she can't talk. She's not doing anything, but I still have that picture from before I started that walk. And I said, Dad'll be back. And that was
wow.
always my motto. Dad'll be back.
That'll be back. What was the prep like for that? For a walk that crazy.
The best thing about people that just get shit done, the prep happened along the way.
Mm,
When food needed to happen, okay, there was like an additional support team to do the logistics. Hey, what do you need? What do we need to get? Okay, we'll get food. We'll get, more socks. If you need to stop and sit down for a second, we'll go get that. If you need water, we'll make sure your camelback's full. Like to see that type of connection reminded me of when 9/11 did happen. The entire United States was united.
right.
And that's when I talk about unity in general and how everything works, that's the most important part. We are so separated as a people nowadays, and cultures are fighting in between each other, but unity
That's
is
the
what keeps
truth.
us together.
That's the truth. That is a dead honest truth. And the media has a lot to do with that
Mm,
with that separation. The media likes to put a lot of separation in a lot of things, and that's why I respect people like you on the internet that is showing that other side. Like it doesn't always have to be fight, drama, drama, fight, drama, drama. We
hmm
we could calm down. We could sit back, and it like I told you, your IG shit is a ritual for me. It's part of my routine. Like when I'm in my studio and I'm putting my stuff on, I'm putting my hat on, and I'm putting my chain, and I'm getting ready to record. I'm getting ready to get to that mindset. I if I can't find that motivation, I know where I could go and get it
mm,
and give me that motivation. Like, yo, you could do this. I know you're tired. I know you're
hmm
exhausted. You did this. Yes, I know you tired. Keep going. You got this.
hmm
Because when you're done, you're gonna be so happy that you're done. You're gonna see how much progress you made because you just went at it, and then at the end of it, you're gonna be happy with the progress that you did for the day. And
hmm
you're happy for what you did for the day. Now you can go and chill with the family, relax, and
hmm
know that you did a good day's work, and you good. And that's why I say those videos of yours are very important. I keep on bringing them up because they're very important to have in the community because we need that separation for a second of all the crazy that's going on when we're scrolling down IG.
Right.
There's a lot of crazy things that go on in IG, a lot of videos that are just showing a bunch of negative or talking negative, or it's just disgusting, or
Hmm.
whatever. Like girls shaking their asses and okay,
Hmm.
that's cool, but I don't want to see that on my timeline every 5 seconds. I want something that I could learn from, something that I
Right.
could build with. Like that's why when I started doing that reactor thing and I started reacting to other reactors, I loved it because I was learning from them. I was
Absolutely.
I was getting information that I would have never gotten. It would have never crossed my mind to think of it in that way. But now I'm seeing somebody else's perspective. I'm like, okay, I can absolutely see it that way. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of things that I've thought about that I've believed it to a certain point. That when I hear how somebody else explains it in their vocabulary, I'm just like, okay, I kind of lean that way also because I never seen it in that point, and that's a beautiful thing about the community. Not the ones that try to keep all the information hidden because they want to be the only ones with the key for success. Like that to me is the most selfish shit in the world. And they
Hmm.
may not outwardly say it. They may not post it. Oh, this is what I'm doing. But all they have to do is leave you unread, and that's it.
Hmm.
If you put your hand out, and they disrespect you like that by not even going back, and people are like, oh, but when you know the person knows about you, and you know that you're trying to reach out to that person, get that information, get that game
Hmm.
that you're gonna need, the extra little bit that's gonna push you to the next level. And you tried your best to try different things, and you tried everything you can, or what your brain could come up with, and you need an extra thing. I would have loved to have somebody that was when I had 10,000 subscribers. I would have loved somebody that had 100 and something thousand subscribers. Be like, yo, come here, I got you. I would have
Absolutely.
loved that because it would have gave me. I know my talent. I know what I could do.
Hmm.
Just give me the camera shot. That's
Right.
all you need to do. Point me to the fucking camera. I'll take care of the rest. I'm good. So it's just I want that be that for the rest of these people as well. I want to be that, and you inspire me to be that because when I see the what you do and what you say and the way it hits, I'm just like, bro, he's got game. Like, and the game needs to be shown to all, especially Hispanic and black males.
Hmm.
That type of game really needs to be thrown out because it's a game that they don't know that is out there because media is just throwing a bunch of poison in their fucking faces.
Hmm.
So when I see you shining, and I'm just like, okay, because I can see it in your smile. When you smile, the room smiles. So I was like, all right, my man's gonna give me some good shit today, and I just appreciate that shit. That shit's dope. It's dope as hell.
I want to go back to something that you said when you talked about the other reactors, and it was more about the perspective. Now, think about that from a cultural level. Would we have all this controversy and these wars and so forth if we just understood others' perspective? It's a give and take world, but yet everybody wants to have the biggest, in the room, and it's like, yeah, but you don't, and it doesn't matter. And even if you do, it doesn't matter. You're still going to need somebody to walk with you. One of the best things that I had a conversation early with my mentor. This probably one of the most amazing souls that I've talked to in a long time, just because of how she is and how she listens. She's written a book. She's telling me to do this, do that. Anything that I kind of throw out there, she's like, "So why aren't you doing it?" And she just said something simple today, and it just made me flip a switch. She said, "Hey, it's not enough. Work harder." And something simple like that, I was like, man, I felt the mother in her. I felt the the inspiration that she was trying to give. I felt
Right,
everything that was trying to be bestowed upon me.
right.
Worst thing I can do is just say, no, I ain't got it in me. No, if someone else can see that within you, sometimes you just got to run with that. Here's the
And it's
ball.
that you hit a key word right there. And I can't word. We need to
Hmm.
stay away. That's a poisonous word.
Hmm.
That I can't shit doesn't work. Because the more you say I can't do, you're already defeating yourself before you even try. You already
Absolutely.
lost the battle. So that I can't word. I don't like doing using it in anything. So it's like last resort because I'm gonna try anything and everything to make something happen.
Absolutely.
That's just a hustle in me. That's just what it is. I'm going to make something fucking work.
Hmm.
And there's many times, like even in my joking, I do it. when I'm joking around and I'm going down my stupid ass schemes, I push it until I can't push it no more. I take a joke and I try to stretch it to see what limit I could take this joke to, because to see how far my brain could take it. And then once I see me dying down on it, that's when I stop. I'm like, all right, I'm good. That's when you get the fucking now when I have videos. But it's just like that uniqueness. That uniqueness in the community is what I love to see especially when I see other reactors in the comment sections connecting with each other, saying, "Hey, yo,
Mm-hmm.
bro, hit me up. I got some shit for you. I want you to be on this beat, or I want you to be on that, and I want you to be."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's dope to me because that's networking at its best right there.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what live. That's why I try to jump into every live stream that I see when my people are on or my
Mm-hmm.
peers are on. Because I want to, all right, I'm here. This is the moment. Do you guys want to network? Do you guys want to, let's work? Because I'm here to work. I'm not here yet. I'm not here just to say hello and show love to the comment section. I'm here to also say, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to work. What do you
Mm-hmm.
guys want to do? Want to come on a live stream? You guys want to do this? Let's work because I'm 2025. I said I am working with as much people that want to work with me,
Mm.
point blank. Because I want to get the connections. I want to know. I want to learn. I want to hear conversations and be there and take notes and say, okay, he's getting good points on this one, so let me add that to my arsenal. So if I need to use that later, I got it. So it's I'm 40 years old and it feels like I'm fucking 25 because I feel like a sponge because I'm trying to get everything that I can to try to put it out. So when I see you working and then you like, all right, I'm back and I'm coming on and I'm doing this and it hypes me up because I'm like, all right, my man coming back. Let's come back for real.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come back for real because I love that because it's like you come back and I know it's going to go crazy because you're one of those perspectives on the reaction tip that people are going to need to hear.
Let me tell you something. You said something that was very important. You said you feel like you're 25. Giorgio Armani, he just passed away. Do you know he did not start his business of fashion until he was 40?
40, yeah.
And to know that he sold his Volkswagen just so he could fund his business, and it went and made over $18 billion before he passed away. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, there's no excuses, and it's never too late. Listen to what the world is telling you. Listen to what the universe is giving you. It's never too late. The worst thing you can do is not do anything.
That
That's
right there. That's why I said the other day I said it, idle minds is the devil's playground.
hmm
You sit there and you just don't do nothing. All your brain's gonna do is gonna start going straight to the negative. Because you're
right.
gonna start being in your head and you're gonna start thinking all these thoughts and I'm not good enough and I'm not this and then it's hate and keep on going down that route and see how you're gonna end up. It's not gonna be pretty.
The $1 million mindset is consistency. Everybody forgets about that
Consistency.
one skill. Just show
Brother,
up.
I preached that for years on this shit,
Just,
bro.
just
For
show up.
years, I preached on this, and I was like, a lot of other reaction channels hit me up, like ones up and coming, ones that are just starting their page, and they hit me up. If you have a piece of advice, what would you tell a reactor coming up right now?
I think right now is stick to who you are. Be who you are. If you need to take breaks, take breaks. The audience, your followers, your subs are going to understand 100% because as they learn you, they're going to know when you're tired. They're going to know when you're not at your best. So be at your best as much as possible, but don't feed into trying to be someone else. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan for a reason. Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson for a reason. They established their own styles, and that's why they
Right.
were undefeated. They did what they did, and they mastered their craft. This is all a craft to us. So as long as
It
we
is.
know, hey, I just got to come in and be me. The right people will find you. Like
Right.
even with my TikToks and IG, I know the algorithm is not going to push it. I don't care. It's because it's positive. No one wants to hear that.
Right.
Someone will though, and eventually that tide will change, or growth will start to
You know
happen in
what? You know
people.
what's crazy? Somebody told me something. And they were like, this weed angle. There's really not a lane. There's not really a lane for this weed angle that you're trying to portray. And I like weed angle that I'm trying. I'm like, I'm really ingesting this in my system. And I was like, and if you think that me just being myself, smoking what I'm smoking, and having fun and everything, I was like, if you think that's not successful, go talk to Cheech and Chong, and then you tell me if that's not successful. They made their
Right.
living. You think if Cheech and Chong changed their niche of smoking weed, they were going to be as popular as they still are right now till today? They're still making money off the Cheech and Chong name. Like if you be, there's only one of everybody. Like you
Hmm.
said, there's only one Jordan. There's only one Kobe. There's only one LeBron. There's only one Michael Jackson. There's only one Eminem, and there's only one Jay-Z. And the reason why there was only one of them because they were themselves.
Hmm.
100% they were who the fuck they wanted to be in front of the camera, away from the camera. It didn't matter. So I mean that's I tell them the same thing. And consistency is fucking more
Hmm.
important than anything else. Is you
Hmm.
have to be in front of this fucking camera.
I
And
feel
I
like
didn't
a
understand that.
hypocrite right now because everybody's like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, I promise I'm working on things, but it's consistency. I just I didn't want to come back like, oh, I'm here this week, I'm going the next, I'm here this week, I'm traveling that, I'm taking care of my girls. I have to find that balance.
Right.
But once it hits, I know, hey, everything's going to be in order. Now we about to have fun. Like that's where I'm at. It's about to get cold outside. The girls want to sit
Mm-hmm.
in and watch YouTube and whatever Coco Mill. I don't give a damn. All right, it's daddy's time to do what he needs to do, and it's
Right.
coming.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that shit. Are you gonna do any type of music?
I have been asked by a couple people. I won't mention any names because I don't want to breach anything, but people are asking me to, I guess, narrate under some of their tracks. I'm like, never thought about it, but I would be happy to because
Nice.
intros and outros, the old school, they used to have like speaking, parts in there. They're like, well, you're about to work on radio anyway. I think I did tell you that.
We're
That's
gonna get
another.
into that. We're gonna get into that radio stuff.
I
Cause
just
I
think
got
I'm.
questions. I got questions like a motherfucker on that one.
Yes, it's gonna be wild.
Oh my god. We can get into it right now, bro. Like, cause you have the voice. You hands down have the voice for radio. So I hope is that you're gonna be part of a show.
It's the best thing about the offer that I got was you can do whatever you want. I said, you shitting me.
What?
And they said, do you want an hour block or a 2 hour block? I said, what do you want to give me? I said, and I say that because we need to sit down and we need to talk about everything. I said, but I'm willing to mix the storytelling, the mentoring, the wisdom, and the music all in one. Because that's what we do as reactors anyway. I said, it's
Absolutely.
it's the same thing. I said the only difference is you want me to do it from a community standpoint, and I said I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm going to seek out some unsung heroes within this community to tell their story, and
Right.
I get to share mine. So just like we're doing, this
That's
is a
amazing.
podcast. But I'm like, there's people walking by us every day on the streets that are phenomenal people. And
Absolutely.
they're just like, oh, well, I haven't talked to them. I'm like, how have I only been back, for a couple months, and I've shaken hands and had deeper conversations with some of these people, and you haven't. And I'm like, we gotta bridge that gap because everybody's so stuck in their way.
Right. That's gonna be so dope, bro. I can't wait for that. For you, I know you fucking psyched. I know you are
I
excited
am.
about it, man. Oh, dude. Because radio has always been something I've always wanted to do. Every time I heard listen to like Ebro and the Breakfast Club and back in the day Hot 97 and Angie Martinez, that was always something that I've always wanted to do was do the radio thing. And there's a radio station literally up the street from where I live at, and it's like just country. That's all they play. So when you come and drive around my town, there's only one station, and all you're getting from that station is country and old ass rock. And like I've always wanted. When you mentioned to me the other day, I was driving around town, and I'm just like, I should go in there and ask if there's like an internship that I could
Mm,
sign for to see if I could work my way up to a slot, like an hour slot.
I promise you could. Radio seems to be dying out just because all the other media platforms are taking over, but the community itself needs radio. And I think that was the most important part. And I think the best thing about it is that guy looked me straight in the face. He said, we don't have any diversity here. What do you think about that? I said, I'll bring it. I said, I don't
All
have a
right.
problem with that. I was like, I'm glad that you said it outright. I said, but I can give you something different. I said, as long as I got full range to do my thing, I said, now you're gonna hear a little bit of everything. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, do you even know who Ren is? He's like, no. I said, you'll learn. I was like, do you know who Sleep
So
Token is?
they're giving you full access, even music wise.
Yes,
That's amazing.
yes.
That is hard to come by because they usually have to follow a certain roster
Nope.
of music. That is crazy good.
That's why I was like, oh, I'm about to open other people's ears and minds up based off
That's
of
gonna be
having that
crazy.
range, that ability. That instantly, I was like, oh, that's perfect. I was like, that's exactly what I would do. I would do that for free. And they're like, oh, we'll give you some pocket change. I'm like, honestly, keep that. It's about connecting with people. I'm like, but you haven't heard some of these deeper cuts, some of the best voices out here, some of the newer artists that are not on the charts. Like, get out of here. You need to hear these rising stars because that's where the talent's at. That's where the unfiltered, raw truth is at. Not whatever Ice Spice and Drake is putting out. I'm like, okay, I got you, but they've been around for a long time.
Right. And the thing about that is that the culture, the problems that these guys are having right now aren't realistic problems that everybody else is having. So once they start hearing artists that are talking about the same shit that everyone is dealing with every single day, if they put that, especially putting that on a platform like the radio, because no matter what, the radio still reaches a lot of fucking people
Hmm.
at once. So it still works. People still like if you go to a lot of these department stores, or if you go to a lot of these gas stations, if you go to a lot of these fucking stores around your neighborhood, all they're playing is radio. They don't
Hmm.
have a CD on. They don't have their phones on. It's a radio station that they have playing. So if you have a catchy radio station, like for example, my wife watches a morning show in the
Hmm.
morning when she takes my son to school, and it's they just talk. They just talk about they play music, but they
Hmm.
also have a whole talk. They bring callers in. They have this whole back and forth, and it's amazing and it's funny. They talk about current events, but they also talk about things that it's gonna connect the audience with. Like
Hmm.
what do you guys do in the morning, and what do you drink in the morning? Do you drink coffee or do you? And they'll just have those funny conversations, and then brings the fans into it.
Exactly.
So I was like, I in my mind, I'm like, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to get into the radio game because it is a lost art in a way because
Hmm.
it's not easy holding attention of getting a slot for a
Hmm.
radio station is because they believe that you can hold the attention of a fan base for a long period of time, even if it is an hour. It's
Right.
not easy holding an attention span of people for an hour, especially now, where we're in a time frame where it's what have you done for me lately?
Quick, quick, quick.
They
Yep.
they want it right away.
Hmm.
So if you could do an hour radio station, it's because they know you got the talent, you got the wisdom, and you got the content that's going to make it a successful slot that they're going to have in their station. So that's fucking amazing, bro. That you're going to be opening doors for a lot of people.
I think that was the best thing too. They were like, "We'll even help you with your content." I was like, honestly, I said it's probably not exactly what you're used to looking at. I said, but maybe that's for the best. I said the artists that I intend to bring are not people that you're gonna hear all the time. I said it's for a reason though. I said everything will be strategic on my end if you just let me be myself. And they were like, no, why not? I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
bro.
I was like, we got a deal then. Yeah,
I used to be. You remember when we were younger, man? We used to be on the radio all the time when we listened to Howard Stern. We listening to fucking the hip hop channels when they talking about all the current events and what happened with the like. I was listening to the radio when they were talking about what happened with Biggie and Pac, the whole entire beef, and then when Pac got shot, I heard that in the radio, and we would listen to the
exactly.
whole thing. I didn't watch the shit on the TV. I had that shit on the radio first place because I was listening to the radio with the tape recorder, waiting for my favorite song so I could hit record on that motherfucker at the right moment. Like we were in the radio, we lived in there, and it's just like it's it's still there, but it doesn't have that feel anymore.
It doesn't.
And people like you need to be are the ones to bring that feel. Like, all right, this is a community. Bring that feel back
Hmm.
because it's gonna be so dope. Because that could open up podcast. You can have a podcast channel on fucking Spotify. You
Hmm.
can have all that. Those options will open so wide for you. I'm proud of you, man. That's fucking dope, bro. I'm happy that's happening, bro.
It's just good to be able to sit back and completely just go in a different direction. Like you go from running and gunning over here to sitting in these boardrooms. Everybody's got on a uniform, staring down at the middle of the table. Now it's just like, do what you want to do. And I'm like, is this
What?
life? I was like, is this real? Like, you mean I get to just wake up and, okay, I got five things on my plate, but it's all the things that I want to do? And I was like, that in itself is a blessing. The worst
Right,
thing I can do is waste that type of time, not
right.
connecting, not networking. I don't know if I had told you, but I had put it on a couple clips on TikTok. But when the flooding happened, I took time after eating my breakfast, and I would just go out to random cities and help out, whether it be passing out water, whether it be canvassing the community.
Wow.
Like, why not? It's what I'm used to doing. It's what I'm passionate about. Why not just take that time to see somebody's face? One one moment in particular, it almost got me. There was a lady. It was Section 8 housing, and I knocked on her door. We had been moving for probably about 3 or 4 hours. We had boxes ready to give to each, home. And she said, "What are y'all doing?" I said, "We're just helping out. We're, giving out stuff on behalf of the community." She said, "You made my day." She said, "Because it's my birthday and I don't have family." And she was probably in her 80s. I stopped.
Golly.
I stopped. And I was like, if for nothing else, that's all I needed to hear. I went home. I was
It's
able to
worth
take
it.
a, right.
It was worth the whole entire trip. It was that alone, and it's kind of a similar thing when we do our reactions, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like when we do our reactions, we get the fans to say thank you because you literally changed my attitude today,
Mm-hmm.
just because you went live or you put up this reaction today or whatever or we put up the premieres or whatever. We change people's attitude and
Mm-hmm.
like you, I found that in doing this in finding YouTube. It's like okay, I know I want to do shit for people,
Mm-hmm.
but what does that look like?
Right.
That that in my mind it consistently goes over like what does that look like? Me doing what for people? What do I do for them? Well, all right, you make them laugh. All right, so how can I use that angle to help them?
Mm-hmm.
And then the more people that came in, and then we doing the vibe recovery sessions, and we're doing what we're doing on the page, and it's just like I know what I'm meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
It came apparent to me not that long ago. It finally clicked in my head what I was meant to do. So it was about just go ahead and do it. And like we talked earlier, consistency, making sure that we keep on going. It gets tiring. It's a fucking pain in the ass sometimes, but I mean, fuck it. You have to keep on fighting through it. Because I always put myself in positions of people that like for example, you guys in the military. When I get tired and shit like that, I'm like, yeah, I would have not made it in the military. I'm like, if me just sitting here reacting to music is getting me fucking tired. These dudes are out here risking their lives and walking in the heat, in the rain with mosquitoes and all this other bullshit in their face and they don't even know what the hell they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And all that and like watching over their shoulders every 5 seconds because they don't know what the fuck's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here bitching. So that's what motivates me, thinking that there's other people out there that are doing a whole lot more crazy as shit than just sitting here smoking weed and listening to music all fucking day. I like count your fucking blessings because this is a dream fucking job to have right now.
I tell people all the time. Sometimes just random people like, "Are you comfortable?" I'm like, I used to lay in grass and dirt for a living for days at a time. I'm fine. Like, don't worry about me. Like, don't worry. I don't need a blanket. I will make my hands into a pillow. Like, don't worry about me at all. Do you need anything? Can I help you with anything?
Right.
I. It's just the life hits different when you have been in the slums. It doesn't even matter if it's military. It doesn't. It could be from where you came from, the culture that you were raised in. Maybe that was bad in itself. But to rise and elevate, I don't judge people for where they're at because I'm like I don't know where you came from.
Right.
I'm willing to learn where you came from, and now all I ask like, hey, just like you said, when I mentor people, I just tell them simply, do what you're called to do. Stop trying to be what someone else wants you to be. Go do what you're called to do. You will be a much better person and you will be more fulfilled because you're making sure that you follow your passion.
and understand that not everybody has to be famous.
Right. I would rather be more in my community and be connected to the communities that I'm in versus someone that is
Joanne,
16
thank you so
degrees.
much for the donor. I appreciate you, Joanne. Thank you.
Oh man, I got my screen over here. I'm all the way out of the way. Okay. I see some familiar faces in here. What's going on, Vibe Gang? Man,
It's just a beautiful thing. Every time when I bring somebody up on the podcast, and it's always like I see the trajectory that they're walking to. I see what
mm,
lane they're in, and just to see the positive, I'm like, we need everybody to be on that page. We need everybody because if everybody's on that focus page and understand that not everybody should be behind the camera talking,
mm,
whether you're entertaining or not, is not the point. Is what are you looking for when you're coming on screen and doing what you're doing? You got to be looking for something. There's something that you're looking for when you're doing it, not just doing it for the hell of it. So finding the reasons, and if you have a good enough reason, then be you 100%. But if that reason has anything to do with money, then you should stop it right now and keep on moving to something else. Because if your main focus is money, you're gonna be very fucking sad for a very long fucking time.
mm.
Because this doesn't have no money in it. This has nothing in it. Like literally, my wife is holding it down, and I'm trying to hold my part. I'm holding my part down. I've been doing this shit full time for a year now. So I've been afloat for a year with no fucking problem. I haven't been nothing, but we know what type of business this is. This is an up and down fucking business. What I got last month ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna get next. I'm not gonna get the month after that.
Right.
So, me knowing that is just having faith in my community, having faith in myself, and having faith in God. Because at the end of the day, He comes first before anything in my eyes, and He's showing me my path. Because what I was living before was not of God. It was from something else.
Mm.
And once I found my faith back, it's been leading me to the most positive fucking lane that I've ever thought I've ever been at. Brother, I didn't even think I was gonna make it a 21, let alone 41.
Oh, I definitely shouldn't have been here. I can tell you that right now.
And
There,
it's crazy.
there's absolutely no way. I think one of the things that I try to do when I reflect, it's mostly on Sundays, is just go look in the mirror. If I can't recognize that person often, I'm doing something wrong. Because that's the hardest look that we can take is in the mirror. Because if we definitely got somebody beside us that's cheering us on, telling us, hey, go do this, go do that, seeing the ambition, seeing and supporting that, whatever that dream is, you got to give credit. And I know you give credit to your wife all the time. And I love hearing that because I know what it's like to have to walk alone at certain points. It's like, man, that shit is tough.
It is, and for her, she not only did she hold me down, but she held down our kids. She was the main. Like when I'm over here getting high every single fucking day, she's the one at home taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, taking care of the bills, taking care of everything. All I was doing was bringing the income, and that's it.
Mm,
That's all I wasn't providing anything else, just that. So for her to, she's a strong woman. She's a strong woman. I give her the graces because she understood something that I didn't even. Brother, when I tell you when she says, "Babe, you're meant to do this," and I looked at her like literally, I'm like, man, I don't know where the hell you seen that type of like attitude. She was like, you don't know, and I'm like, babe, I literally just started. Like, I don't even know what it is gonna look like. And she was like, it doesn't matter if you. This is me having 70 subscribers, and I can
mm,
remember this conversation. She was like, I already saw the vid. I saw some of the videos already. I see that you're loving it. You're loving this. Like this is the first time that I legitimately have seen you like this, like happy, doing this shit. She was like, you're good at this.
mm,
Continue. She like, you just need to open up and be you.
mm.
Once she told me to do that, I opened up and I was me, and it took the fuck off. After that, because I truly showed everybody who the fuck I was, and that was it was crazy because it was at a moment where I was still trying to figure out who the fuck I was. So I kind of figured it out the same time everybody saw it.
I think the best thing that I'm just hearing you say, there's going to be so many people that walk away from us, and I actually applaud when people do that. The focus that we sometimes forget is knowing who stays. And we get so caught up in like, why'd you go? What are you doing over here? Like, nah, you got a tight circle, and that's good that you've got your family to just be like, this is what it's for. The smaller that circle, the better off that we become. Because it's like, hey, I try to tell people, I'm like, I can really only support as many as I can fit on my vehicle. That's all I need. Like
Right.
anything other than that, I don't need to be worried about. It ain't my
It's a
business.
fact. It's a fact because it does this type of game. It does take a toll on you,
Hmm.
and it does take like it gets to a point like to make the decision to go full time. It wasn't a slight decision. I don't know how tough it was for you, but I know for me it was a little bit tough because I was like, I'm letting a lot go to do something
Hmm.
that I love to do, and I'm taking a chance of losing my house and losing my livelihood because I want to do what I love to do. And then when my wife came to me, she said, "Babe," and she literally looked at me, bro. She said, "I got your back."
Mm.
She was like, "Do what the fuck you want to do." She was like, "Quit, fuck that job." And then I'll keep on working, and I come every day bitching about my job, bitching, bitching, bitching. All right, I'm gonna go do videos. Let me see if I can relax. And then I go and do my videos, and I go, and then she's like, "Quit." She'll text me almost every morning. "Quit. Don't even drive over there. Come back. Go and do your videos, and just do that."
Mm.
She was like, "Fuck everything else." She was like, "You're good at this." But in my mind, I'm like, "This I'm making six digits over here a year.
Hmm.
I'm got 401k. I got good gold medical. I got all this build up that I built all these years." I'm like, ah. She was like, "At life, and this is what it was, bro." She said, "At life, you have to take a jump." She was
Mm.
like, "Take the fucking jump." She said, "Because you know that I got your back over here." She was like, "We good. Don't worry about it. We good. So just take the jump now because if you keep on waiting, you're gonna end up dead. The way you're working and double working and doing this." So she really was the one that encouraged me to do something. And when you have something like that, you gotta hold on to that shit, bro.
You got to. That's a rare breed, especially in today's society. I mean, we talked about it. All you see on social media is the give me, give me, like this, do that, attention seeking everything. But when you've got a calm inside and someone that supports you and pushes you,
Facts.
you got to answer that
How
call.
how's your support system?
It's amazing, and I think with my family starting to really understand more about me, because again, just family in general, I would say just within North Carolina, they see me, they hear me more often, and they're like, "You are a completely different person." And I said, "I'm supposed to, because the last time you guys really got to understand me was at the age of 9." I said, "But I'm 41 now." And I was like, "What kind of fool would I be to still be acting as the age of 9?" They're like,
Right.
"No, we just see a lot more. We see what you're trying to do. We can understand the bridges that you're trying to cross and the connections that you're trying to make." And I'm like, and that's what it's all about. But I kind of shock them sometimes. I'm like, matter of fact, I want you to tell your story. They're like, "Oh, my story's not important." I said, "Yes, it is." I said, "You used to sit on my grandmother's, steps with me, and we used to watch the whole family." I said, "But we were kids at that point." And I was like, and now we've got children. I was like, my girls look up to me. And I was like, and I get on each of their levels and talk to them as if I'm going to be and supposed to be their inspiration. And I got to be the best version of V, because then it
Right.
allows them to be the best version of themselves. So just seeing
Absolutely.
them happy is just a natural reciprocation of, man, you sacrificed 20 years, but now you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor by just doing and being the person that you need to be, whether it be a father, son, uncle, nephew, whatever the case may be. Like, I get to fulfill all those roles
Right.
while I have time.
That's amazing. Now you said something there that amazed me. Two girls.
Three,
Three girls. Oh no.
three.
Three girls.
Hashtag
How is
I'm
that?
fucked. I'm fucked. I think the best
I
part
was gonna
about it,
say, I was gonna say, man, three girls is serious problems, bro.
it, I when I was down your way, it was just more of a blessing, because it was really me just being able to step back and say, "Hey, whatever you want to do, we'll do it." But I did something with them, and again, I try to use everything that I learned to incorporate somewhere. So
Absolutely.
whether it be battle drills, whether it be things I've learned in the military, we all used to come to the table before we went out and did whatever we needed to do. So with them, I said every morning we will come to the table. At the end of the night, we'll come to the table, and I said we will just simply talk about what we are planning to do. And I said, if there's one thing I need you to know, you're gonna live for today and plan for tomorrow. And we would literally make a schedule, and everybody would have their say of what they want to do, but collectively we would just figure out what we're going to do. And for them, it was agreement. No one's more powerful than the other. It was the round table. Like, I want you to feel like that. One, because I want you to be a good wife at some point in life and understand what negotiation takes. Come
Right.
to the table. I don't want you to go out there and beat your chest and try to be the boss lady. Like, you can do that at work. You definitely can't do that in your house and, maintain and, build a family. So it was
Absolutely.
just more of being able to see their personalities. I mean, my youngest is 6 and she is the boss, but she just can't get away with it with me. She'll try. She'll bat her eyes and throw me a smile and come close. I'm like, that's cool. That ain't gonna work.
Right, 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 right.
But at the end of the day, it's more of I still gotta maintain and love you unconditionally, and that's all I
Absolutely.
care about. That's all I care about. Tough love sometimes
Absolutely.
is gonna get you where you need to be. So,
It unfortunately does work that way. See, in the household, we got a boy and a girl,
mm,
and my girl's that's my princess. Like, let somebody say something.
right.
It's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
My son, he's in his I'm the man stage. He's feeling himself. He's 16, got his permit, got his hair, got no more glasses, got the contacts on now, looking fly. All the girls in school looking at him. So he's in that stage now where he's doing that. But
Famous dad, met
what?
Eminem. I mean, come on now. Come on, you can't take that off the
Anyway,
table.
anyway, and it's just like, but they're good kids. My daughter, I say it all the time because I'm proud of them. I
Mm,
really am. My daughter, my daughter pays off her own car. We offer to help. We pay half. We'll match what you saved, and we'll buy you a car. And she said, "Nah, I got it." Bought her car, paid it off within like a couple of months, and then goes to school and goes to work.
mm,
Responsible on both, passing her shit, doing great grades in college. My son's acing everything and not worried about school. He's like, I'll graduate. He'll get it. He's not too worried about it because he's a great student. So when I see them, I'm like, how lucky was I
mm.
to have these? But then I see how their mom is with them and how I am because I give them more of the lights less. I'm the like you like I'm the sturdy one. I'm the one that's
Yep.
like, hey,
Yep.
who's jumping?
Right. Exactly.
Type shit. And then my wife is like, sit down. And then they'll listen to her, and then they're like, I know I could get him pissed off more though. But we'll have that relationship, and to watch them grow into becoming themselves, like now they're little humans.
Right.
I'm like, holy fuck, what happened? Like I was just telling this kid stop putting remotes in the fucking toilet. I just told him to do, and now all of a sudden this dude is taller than me, and he's doing the things that I was doing at 16. And to look at that, sitting back at 41 years old almost, and just to see it's amazing. You having 3 girls gives me anxiety
Mm. I,
because I'm like, I know what it is to have my girl and my daughter. And wowzers.
mm.
Because my daughter's 20 or about to be 21. And my wife and my daughter, when they get at each other, they get at each other. So I'm just like, oh, I'm going to go in the studio. I'm working. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't want nothing to do with none of that. With 3 girls, bro, it's a blessing, but you better be holding to something, brother, because
Always. Don't even worry about that.
all right, I'm good. Then. I'm good because 3 girls. I'm overprotective over girls. Like I am with my nieces and stuff. I'm overprotective with them because dudes nowadays, like they get out of hand, bro, and they get stupid sometimes.
I think the best thing that I try to do is once a week with each of them, I try to at least give them 45 minutes just one on one. Let me see where you're at. Because nine times out of 10, they're just running around, they're doing whatever. I mean, like, that's fine. But let me just talk to you, or let's take a ride. And
Nice.
when they get to just talk and be free and not have to worry about their little sister coming in and punch them in the face, like
Right, right, right,
it's
right.
just different for them. Like I'll tell you something else that I'm working on because this goes kind of into just what we're talking about. I'm going back to my old school in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It was a private school, and I offered them to do mentorship for free for middle school and high school students. And I'm going to do it for a 6 month run. And as long as they want to talk, I'm going to dedicate about 2 hours a night or on like Tuesdays and Thursdays to just have two people a night, 45 minutes, talk about whatever you want to, one on one sessions, and let me know where you want to go. Let me help guide you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but let me help guide you through your thoughts, first of all.
Right.
That way you can choose where you want to go. My job, honestly, is just going to be asking questions. And then, okay, let's go check out some resources. And then, is this what you want to do?
Right.
Because I know I didn't have a father to do that, and my mother was playing both roles. So just knowing how impactful that was when I got that alongside of me, and somebody looked me in the face and said, "Okay, stop fucking up,"
Yeah.
it changed the aspect of my life.
That's important. That's important because a lot of the problems with the youth right now is because the fathers are not at home.
Hmm.
The fathers are not there being that stern. The mother can't be the mother cannot teach the boy to become a man. It's impossible. She
It's
won't be able to show him how to do that.
hmm
That man has to be the one saying, "Hey, listen to your mother. Stop playing around."
hmm
He's that needs to be that stern, like, yo,
hmm
you don't want him to come in this room because you know what's gonna happen. When the mother has to work two, three jobs, what time does she have to tell this kid to sit the fuck down? That kid's gonna have to raise himself, and then when that comes a lot of responsibility. Because now, as a child, you have two routes that you have to take. That's gonna be open for you. The I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want route and go to the streets and do all this crazy shit,
hmm
or I'm going to take the route of I need to be the responsible one. I need to make sure that my schooling's getting done. I need to make sure. So it's all depending on what's going on. A mother by herself is going to be very difficult to her to teach a
hmm
boy how a man is supposed to act in these streets, how to conduct himself. Because when she has no control over that dude in the street that's down the block,
hmm
that he looks at him as a father figure because he's the one that's showing him how to play ball. He's the one that's showing
Exactly.
him how to play video games. You
Hmm.
think these guys don't know how to vet these kids that
Oh,
don't have a
absolutely.
dad? I bet I've seen it in the hood all over the fucking place,
Hmm. The
and they know how to
manipulation
vet them,
happens.
and the
Yep.
manipulation happens
Yep.
normally. It just naturally just happens, and then they grab those kids, and then what they at that moment, where's that man telling him no?
Hmm.
Stay the fuck over here. Stay away from those motherfuckers because you know what they about. I need to keep you in this lane. The mother can't do that when she's working two
Hmm.
shifts somewhere, trying to pay the rent and trying to pay everything else.
Exactly.
So it's just a difficult situation. So you doing that, being that, hey, I'm here and I got you and this, that, and the third. And I'm not taking nothing away from the single mother.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong, the single that's strong, but it's impossible
Hmm.
for a woman to tell a man how a man is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Sorry, that just doesn't work. You could raise an amazing man.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but you have to have that stern figure because it's very very easy for that boy to do this and go
Absolutely.
fucking left. It's very easy.
I,
So I
I
mean,
I think the crazy thing is, when I think about my story, I did go left. And I had to come all the way back. And the only person that even started to slightly get me back on the right path was my mom. And one of the most important parts about me going back to the school, because I asked, I said, "Hey, can I host a panel when I come back?" They're like, "What do you want to say?" I said, "I want to give my mom her flowers on the stage that I graduated from because she made me and allowed me to go there." And
right.
they're like, "Sure." They're like, "Matter of fact, we have a panel where the parents come to just visit their students." They said, "What better way to have a parent and a graduate come back and then have a Q&A?" I said, as long as you allow me to give my mom her flowers, I said, I will 100% show up. And I said, better yet, I said, I'm going to bring my oldest because she's at that age to where she's never been able to see where I went to school. I want her to be a part and understand the history because we talk about it all the time. History is just being erased. Everywhere we look, like, oh, yep, take that down. Hell, I mean, we go from Department of Defense to Department of War. Like, what the fuck are we preaching here? Like, what are we trying to say? But our own family history, the roots, the groundedness, like what watered the family around us. Like your kids can see you go into the studio. That's important. They can see you come out. They know when you're tired. They understand every piece of your being based off of what they see. When that's not present, they just assume. And that's the worst thing that we can do is have people assume what we got going on. Like, no, I'd just rather tell you.
Right, right. I mean, and it, like I said, it's a beautiful thing that you're going to be that for a lot of these kids out here in these neighborhoods and these streets that they don't have that. They just don't have that sturdy route that they're loose and they'll do whatever the fuck they want to
Hmm.
do. And me growing up in Brooklyn and me growing up and seeing friends that I went to school with, like my dad and my mother was always there. My dad and my mother, they still married right now to this day.
Mm.
And my dad financially was there 100%. That's it.
Mm.
Lived in the same house
Mm.
since I was a kid. Just stood there. He just worked. After work, played his dominoes, got drunk, came home, went to bed. That was what he was. There wasn't a, hey, let me teach you how to play baseball. Let me teach you that. He'll take me to the Dominican Republic. My uncle has a baseball place out there. And then he'll just, hey, teach him how to, and he'll teach me how to play baseball. And he'll teach me how to pitch and how to do that and everything. And then my dad will, like, when he does take me out to the park and teach me how to pitch, it's like, it doesn't end very well. Because
Mm.
it ends, I don't know what I'm doing, I should stop type shit. And so that was the relationship I had. So when I see these dudes that don't have fathers, that do, like my selfish brain and my mind saying, man, I wish I had what they had. Because at least they don't have to be a disappointment every single fucking day.
Right. Well,
But then me growing up and getting to see that, I'm like, no, they needed more guidance than anything.
mm-hmm.
They needed more guidance than anything. Like, yeah, I mean, my dad's relationship was kind of, but that's not my dad's fault. That's my dad's fault. It's generational. But his dad wasn't there for him. He had to grow up at 7 years old, and I expected him to know what a fucking 7-year-old is gonna feel. He was
Right.
working at 7 years old in Dominican Republic. So it's just like as I got older, I was able to understand that. I'm like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at him, but it's not his fault either. It's not his fault that he's the way he is. It's because his dad was never there, so he never knew how to be a father. How are you gonna learn how to be a father if your father's never gonna be there to show you how to do it?
Exactly.
So where did he learn? He had to learn from I need to take care of my mother and my 6 brothers and sisters. So
Mm.
I got to go out here and I got to go get out there in jobs to bring in enough money to feed all these people. I got to be the one making sure that my brothers and sisters have pencils and paper and everything to go to school because they have to get the education. Because now my education is gone. This means my education stops. I have to take care and make sure my brothers and my sisters make it. So he took a lot at a young age. I never gotten that when I was young.
Mm.
So my friction and his friction was he's a man. We don't talk about that. It's that Hispanic bravado. We don't
Right.
we don't talk about our fucking feelings. I feel that who gives a shit about our feelings? We
Mm.
work and we die. That's my dad's mentality. Bust your ass at work. Be consistent at your job. Do not be jumping jobs left and right. And make sure that if you want to do something, you're gonna do it right or don't do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your family and then die. You're like, that's your job. Make sure your kids can make it where you couldn't. So in my mind, he's telling me you already are not gonna make it.
Mm.
So you got to do what I did in order for your kids to make it. So it was always that type of mentality that it was just like it's really all depending on who you have around you when you're being raised. It
Mm-hmm.
really makes a very big difference
Mm-hmm.
because that age, the kid's brain is a sponge, like we were saying earlier. It's a sponge, and they will learn and they will absorb anything that's thrown at them, negative or positive.
Right.
So shout outs to you for being that positive light for these kids, bro, because they need it. They fucking need it, man.
Shout out to the families too. I mean, we talk about the generations and culture and so forth. And we already know the worst thing we can do in any business whatsoever is put somebody in a position that's not ready to be there. But
Right.
families do that because of separation. And that sucks. But if that's all that they know and they still try to succeed, sometimes you got to give credit where credit is due. And I've seen my uncles do it. I'm like, damn, y'all stepped up when y'all didn't have to. I don't know what my dad had going on. Well, I mean, I knew, but it was just more of a like, brother, I can't look that way. And for me to be able to come full circle and say, like, hey, I know what I didn't have. I know what I'm willing to have because my older half brother still talks about the trauma that happened to him 30 years ago. And I'm like, brother, it's not going to change. But no
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
no matter how much I say that, he's like, but I want answers. You're never going to get all the answers. And the sooner you accept that, you'll be better. But it's the least I can do.
Bro, it's an amazing thing. And if you need anything from my end to push any of that, use me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be used for those purposes. Whatever I can bring to the table, bro, you please just let me know because, like, I try to do what I can with the time that I have to do all the shit that I want to do to try to push messages and try to help as much people as I can. So whenever I see people doing something, humbly, I'm here. If you need me, you just let me. You give me the date and time and let me know what I gotta wear.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
That's it,
like,
cause that's dope.
mm, yeah, I got goosebumps just thinking about helping other people. But I mean, that is what it is. Like, damn, like,
It feels good, man. It's self. I call it selfishly because selfishly it fucking feels good. When we could make somebody smile, bro, and we could make somebody like learn something or put something. The funniest thing my son told me the other day, he was like, "Dad, this what you told me a couple months ago. You told me this was gonna happen." He's like, and then it fucking happened.
mm,
And he was like, and then I sat down and I'm like, fuck. Like, dad knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's like, because it always happens that way. He's like, you always tell me something. I always do whatever it is that I do. And then when at the end result, it ends up exactly what you say it's going to happen.
mm-hmm.
And he was like, I have to learn how to shut the hell up and actually listen to you. And I was like, bro, I know a little bit of what the fuck I'm talking about. I lived a life. It was a life. It was. I had its ups and downs like everybody else's, but I have a story. And if I have the information, especially to my son, I gotta give it to my son. I gotta. He's mini me. He's the one that's gonna take over this Vibe Reactions franchise when I'm out of here.
Absolutely,
So I mean, as much I try to give game to as much people as possible, but my son gets the most of them all, because
absolutely. That's only right.
he absorbs. He'll sit in here in my studio, bro, and we'll be listening to music and we'll just talk, bro, and we'll be here. My wife will come in. She's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We zone the fuck out. We end up talking about music, end up just talking about life,
Right.
and I try to give him as much game as possible, and that's why I always say it's important to have the parents to be so in there, like in their kids' lives, know what's going on in their kids' lives, know,
Mm-hmm.
because that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a big difference, knowing what kind of friends they have around them and what kind of music or what they're into or their thoughts about certain events, or if they have a political thought, what is it? Just to know, like, did we do a good job? And that answer's never going to be fully answered until we know.
Mm.
Because it's not really something that's going to hit us in there. We're like, yep, we did a good job. That time frame, this what they accomplished shows that I did a good job. There's nothing like that. It's kind of one of those, you kind of know it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, wow, okay, I could finally do this. Because I know that's a moment. My mom told me that a long time ago. There was a moment that I finally was just like, okay, now I could, like, I'm always gonna worry, but now they're out of my hands. I'm free. She's like, when you feel that moment, she's like, you know that you did a great job with your kids.
Mm.
She's like, because it's just you're gonna just feel it inside of you, and good mothers and good fathers are very important for this generation that is coming up, because they're going to be the leaders. They're the leaders that are coming up to run this crazy ass fucking place. We got to make sure as parents, we got to make sure that these kids are ready to handle this crazy fucking world because it ain't
It's
easy.
it's wild. It's, and
You
it's
know it. You know it more
it's
than you know it
wild.
more than me. It's this world is crazy.
I want to bring up something, and I want to give this more to the vibe game than anything. So as I'm sitting here right now, what I don't know if I told many people, but right now, as I sit here, I have a torn Achilles.
Oh,
I tore my Achilles playing basketball after fucking 20 years of running and gunning. I come back home playing basketball with family, feel this big pop. But you know the most beautiful thing that happened that night? I said, "There's no point in me going home. Let's go inside." My cousin was like, "You're fucking crazy." I said, "I don't have a son." I said, "But you do." And I said, "I just want to talk to him." And we sat there for about 2 or 3 hours, had our drinks, and I said, "Now I'll go home." He was like, "Do you really think you popped your Achilles?" I said, 100% without a doubt. I said, "It's partially torn." I said, "Because I'm able to put a little bit of weight on it." He said, "You're fucking crazy." I said, "I know." I said, "Don't just let me do what I do." Didn't go to the ER till the next day, and everybody was like, "Why don't you have a boot on?" I'm like, "You didn't give me one yet." I mean, obviously I know why I'm here, but during that time frame, everybody was like, "But you're still going to the gym. Why?" I'm like, "Because somebody needs to see someone struggling, still pushing through, because the rest of my body still works. My mind needs to be exercised. My mentality and spirituality needs to be exercised. So why would I not just shift gears a little bit? I'm going to move slower, but why not do something to show? Whether it be my girls that see that, whether it be other people around me in the community that see that,
right,
hell, even now, just everybody knowing, that it has happened. It's not a crutch to me. I use crutches, but it's not a crutch to me.
right.
I can hop my black ass out on the front porch and do what I need to do and make content, and I'm good. Cool. We move forward.
Exactly, and that's a good mentality to have. You you have to have that mindset, that
Mm-hmm.
mindset of just you have to keep going because you
Mm-hmm.
know the brain is the most powerful muscle
Mm.
that you have in your body. And I've done physical labor for 20 years. I know what physical pain feels like. I know
Mm-hmm.
what tiredness feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a mechanic for 20 fucking years. I've been under hot ass diesel trucks. I've been done it all. It sucks. This mental thing though, it does more than just get you physically tired. It can change your whole entire thinking if you don't really be one with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have 100% mental strength to withstand a lot of bullshit that comes at you, to continue on growing and keep on pushing everybody around you to do that. Not a lot of people are built that way. That they believe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that everybody has that fight in them.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that the way the climate right now is in hip hop, in the culture, let's not even mention hip hop, in the culture, do you think that fight is just dying in the youth right now?
I think so because I think there's a slow poison that's just being spit out. And if you look at your rat Lana, whatever they're calling it these days, you see what the focus is. And I know we were talking about that last time,
Right.
but you see all the gossip. Like these are grown men gossiping. It doesn't even make sense. So what ends up happening? Well, oh, who's a snitch, who's not a snitch, and so forth. I'm like, that's just gossip.
Right.
But if you look at artists like Jid, I don't know if you've covered his album in any way, but
I did a whole album review.
that second track, Glory, spoke to me in different levels based off of where I came from the organs, from the
Mm.
driving beat, from everything. Like I saw myself walk through that story, and it changed my aspect when I listened to it. It's one of the ones that I've got written down. I'm like, I have to go back because I have to explain what I heard and why it's important to me. But it's
That
all
song
about
is amazing.
perspective. And I mean that community. I mean, I don't know if you've heard King Los. He did a
I did the
Yukon freestyle.
I did the Yukon freestyle, boy. I'm telling you.
Bar for bar, I was in my truck and I'm like, I'm speechless
Boy, that
because the lyricism that's laid out there, the messaging, the depths. I'm like, this is what needs to be out there, but yet we've got, I'll be honest, a lot of trash is surfacing. But it's the surface. That's the problem. How can we get as many people to accept the surface versus going deep? And that's one thing that Kendrick did in defeating Drake. I'm going to go deep. I'm going to teach. I'm going to educate. I'm going to bring you back to lyricism, and I'm going to do it my way. Drake
Right.
wasn't ready for that. And
Exactly.
it's,
And I tell everybody all the time when it has to do with that Drake and Kendrick thing, I was like, Not Like Us was a good banger. It was popular because it sounded good. It wasn't a good diss track.
hmm
The best diss track to me was Meet the Grams. He got psychological
I
with him.
mean,
So
he
when you're talking
destroyed
about
that man.
battle rapping, exactly. When you're talking about battle rapping, about getting into somebody's head,
hmm
Meet the Grams was the example of that,
hmm
of getting inside his head. And they say, oh, well, Drake did it on the other one. And I was like, yeah, but he did it differently.
hmm
This dude was talking to his parents' soul about his son and his and
Absolutely.
his and his dad and all this other. And I'm like, yo, he went harder on that. And it was like, that's what we're missing,
hmm
that in depthness. And nobody's going to like that because K Dot is not in social media acting a fool. K Dot
hmm
is not going on Twitter Spaces and acting crazy on Twitter Spaces, talking crazy about everybody in the rap game. Kendrick is not the one out there, with Trippy Red and all the rest of these dumbass motherfuckers taking pictures and showing them asses out
hmm
in IG all the fucking time. Like, no, he's in his home with his family and he's
hmm
in the lab and he's being so methodical with his fucking words that when
Exactly.
he puts it out, that's why he's better. Because he spends more time in his fucking bars than he does trying to be Mr. Popular to everybody else. Doesn't give a fuck if he's popular or not. He's gonna be Kendrick Lamar,
hmm
whether motherfuckers want to listen to his music or not. Like, for God's sakes, this motherfucker got a Pulitzer Prize. You name me another
Right.
rapper that fucking got one.
Exactly. The best thing about everything, and this is what I wish kids would at least take from that, he strategized that and he's been working on it and building on it for the past 15 years. Like he's been around for a long time.
A long time.
So my thing is when people talk about like, oh, I want to do this, okay, what's the strategy? Have you worked it backwards to understand how long it's going to take you and the effort that you have to meet it with? That's where the balance is. Here's your goal, here's the start. You got to balance everything out to at least meet it in the middle, and then you got to push through the middle because it's like a marathon. It's funny that I was talking about running. I used to run marathons for fun. I'm psycho, is what I'm saying, for
You are.
fun. But I
You
always
are.
learned who I was or wasn't in the 17th
I ran
mile.
for I ran for an ice cream truck. I ran for an ice cream truck one time. One time I ran for an ice cream truck. It hit the gas and it took off and I couldn't catch it, but I almost made it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Now I was really active. I played baseball for like years in high school, so
I can see
I
that.
was. I don't know. Right now, me and my wife are being more active. We're walking and shit like that, and we're doing. She told me about a 5K that they're doing around my area. So we're thinking about prepping to do the 5K, and then move on to like a 10K, and then so on and so forth. So we're thinking about starting that off, especially now that the weather's gonna get a lot better.
It is nicer, much nicer. Uh,
Like I could feel it now, bro. Like I went outside before coming in, and it's like it was like 6:50 something. I feel the breeze coming. I'm like, oh,
mm-hmm.
like it's nice and chilly. Like I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can sit in the trampoline tonight, me and my wife, and look at the stars. I love
Uh,
doing that shit.
uh, it's those simple moments though. Like instead of being in the streets, instead of hyping that up,
Yeah,
and like why not have that time? Like, cool, maybe the kids aren't joining us on the trampoline, but to see parents go out on the trampoline and make that a thing is so important.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I say that all the time. My wife is very big, very very big on family, and we always have like Friday. We usually get together on the kitchen table. We eat dinner together, no phones, and we just go around the table and start talking about
Mm,
our day. How was your day? Tell me one good thing and one bad thing about today,
mm-hmm.
and then we just for the same reasons, trying to figure out where our kids are at mentally, but at the
Yep.
same time have that bonding time that we could go back and forth. And sometimes we get political. Doesn't I mean political in my house is easy because we all believe in the same thing. So I mean, we're not really fighting each other or debating each other. We're more talking about certain things. And but me and my wife believe it's very important to have those conversations as a family with our kids, so they can understand how to debate, how to talk to other people about certain subjects, knowing that not everybody that you're going to talk to is going to believe in what the fuck you believe in, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing how to just translate what you're saying for them to understand. Hey, look, I understand. I'm not dumb, bro. I get your side. I understand what you're saying on your side. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, in certain ways, yes, this and that and the third. But I'm just saying, hey, understand mine. That's all I'm saying. This doesn't have to be a who's right or who's wrong, because ain't nobody right, ain't nobody wrong. It's your situation and my situation are different. So our thoughts about how to go about certain things are going to be different. They're not going to be the same. And just implanting that in our kids' brains and giving them that common sense of saying, hey, don't be afraid to say no if it doesn't make sense to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you have that freedom to do so. I think it's really important for especially the culture that we're in right now, because, like you said earlier, that poison that is going through these kids' eyes and ears is just like, the more positive we could get is like they could just do one negative thing and it's gonna outweigh everything positive that's in the internet, because that
Absolutely.
one bad thing is going to be so major. Everyone's going to talk about it. Every news platform's going to talk about it. Every reactor is going to talk about it, and it's going to start becoming all right. Now, if you see it everywhere, you can eventually tune in, and then that's when the kids get hooked, and that's when they start getting all this crap in their heads. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
God, like when is it going to be about the music? When is it going to be about the story, the poetry that some of these
Exactly.
rappers are saying? Like, let's get back to that. Like, we're going way out of the meaning of hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
and now everybody is starting to sound the same. I did see in 2025, I did see an increase of a lot of people trying to get more lyrical and
Mm-hmm.
more of like there's more content out there. There's more messages being put into the music now from certain artists that I didn't think was gonna do that. So that's I do see that happening, but it's just like when we think hip hop is gonna do this, it takes one scandal, one bullshit to knock it off its
Mm-hmm.
course, and then bring
Exactly.
it back to the bullshit. And then that's the part right there that's like, if like you said, if we work together, shit's not gonna affect hip hop like that. But I
Like I
miss the
don't.
way it was 99, 2000s, brother. That was the
Oh man, that was just a fun time. That's I can't even talk about half those times and what I was
uh,
doing back then. But you know, the 99 Cash Money Records. Anyhow,
oh,
but
99.
if you don't know, you need to go find out.
Oh man,
I
those
tell
were the
you what
times
though,
though, man.
like I would love to be hearing about King Los and how he did his freestyle versus how Young Thug's a rap. Like because the bars are there, like the love of the art is there. I
Right,
mean, it's just there's a lot of losses that are happening because people keep skipping over the important stuff,
right.
and that's just in society in general.
It sucks. It was to bring up our time frame of hip hop, because me and you are literally the same age.
Hmm.
It was more of, those were our street poets. Those were
Hmm.
our those were our fucking soldiers against the machine.
Hmm.
Soldier against you telling me I can't do something. Fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway. That's how the music was hitting back in the day. That it was just, it hit at us different. That's why I tell a lot of people, you can tell what's good music because time will tell. You can't
Hmm.
just tell off of one. Like a something could be popping one day and then you hear it 3 years later. You be like, you know what? It wasn't popping like we thought it was. And there's a lot of songs out there that are like that. But you know those songs when you hear LL Cool J, or you hear KRS One, or if you hear Black Thought, or if you hear NWA, or if you hear Metallica, or if you hear Jethro Tull or Pink Floyd or the Beatles. Those are iconic things for a reason. They were
Hmm.
telling a story. They were actually using the music to be that poet to connect with the people. Yes, some were telling them stories about the streets in the hood. It was different. Now, like I don't consider back in our time them glorifying it. They were talking about what they knew. They were talking about
Mm-hmm.
what was around them, and they were telling their stories in specific ways. Especially people like Black Thought and
Oh.
Tupac
Mm-hmm.
and Biggie and Jay and Nas. They were poets about what was going on around them. That's why I bring up Jay Z again.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot compare Jay Z 444 album to Jay Z's Blueprint album. Those were two different human beings that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and just those are the ones that stand the times because they were themselves from the beginning. They told their story the way they knew how. Now, I could literally get on a banging ass beat, say a bunch of gibberish that doesn't make no sense on the mic, have a decent producer take all of that and make something out of it, and put it out. And I'm the next new hot shit.
And it doesn't make sense. It makes
And then
absolutely no sense.
I'm like, so this is just a get rich quick scheme. That's what it looks like to me. If you get two people to do this, then you get more money. And if you get three people to do that, then you build this umbrella to bring all these trash ass rappers across the fucking because
Mm-hmm.
that's what the kids are liking right now because it's simplistic. They don't need to put thought into what the hell they're listening to. Everything sounds the same, so they could do the same dance move every single fucking time,
Mm-hmm.
and they're okay with it. So
Like one of my favorite artists in general is Andre 3000. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me go ahead and throw that out there immediately. I did not want to hear a fucking flute, but I still respect it because he went on his path and he said, "I'm gonna do me."
I'm gonna do me.
My man's making elevator music. They got it on massager parlors. Like everybody's getting paid, but
Everybody making money. Everybody talking shit about my man. Everybody talking shit about my man, Andre Three Stacks, and he's over here like, I'm banking off of this. Like, what
yeah,
y'all
I'm
talking about?
good.
I'm having a crazy good time.
I'm going on tour with a flute. Like the hell with
Right.
y'all.
Fuck it. I'll go on tour with a flute. Just him and his hey yeah fucking vest on. Just with his perm that he used to get.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
What?
you saw the evolution of an artist literally right in front of you. You saw the southern rap from Georgia. You saw the futuristic space outcast, and he went his own lane when they
Monster
did.
lyricist.
Like
Monster lyricist.
he gets with Erica Badu and goes to another level with the Love Below. They break up, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just do me. But any feature that he's on, amazing,
Fire.
amazing,
Amazing actor too, and that's another one that
absolutely.
transferred from rap to being an actor and
Hmm.
do amazing work. Like he is not him. I was surprised with Mos Def.
Oh,
Mos
absolutely.
Def as an actor, I'm like, yo, these guys like even Method Man and Redman. I'm just like,
Hmm.
oh my god, they just had that in them. They had that charisma. They have that. Like I can't see, for example,
You can't even think of nobody. Like that's how bad it is right now. That's how bad it is.
I can't
I'm
see MC Ren being a great actor.
right.
MC's Ren and doing what MC Ren does.
Hmm.
And to think that these rappers have those skills to say, all right, I don't only need rap to make it. I could actually get on this level, give my all, and then make a living out of this. Like right now, Method Man is making more money than any Wu-Tang album would have made him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
I mean,
he's a great fucking actor. And Method Man was like the first rapper that I considered like that's my favorite rapper. Tikal was my first album that I bought.
mm,
I learned his style, everything about Method Man, and then I see his hunger. I see the people talk about M is consistent in hip hop, hands down. Eminem is consistent. But Method Man is consistent at life. Like he doesn't stop. He every couple of years you see him leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. Until like and that's the type of people that I think that the youth need to start looking at. And I'm happy that these older fucking rappers are coming back. You see half of Wu-Tang coming back, performing and shit.
hmm.
I mean, you see all these rappers coming out making new music, Busta Rhymes dropping new shit. So
Right.
it's just like, there we go. Like the old heads need to come back and give that. All right, let's try to reroute this back to where the fuck it was supposed to be at because I don't know what the fuck happened.
Mm.
Motherfucker, they gave the keys to a bunch of drunk people and it just took it to somewhere fucking else. That is like if you're not in the if the cop if you don't have a RICO case against you, you're not real rap. Like what?
Like I grew up on the Dungeon family, which introduced me to, Outkast. Outkast had Goody Mob, and I'm like, oh, well, this is a collective. They've got their own cliques, and they got their own styles. I'm like, but they're working together. That's what made Atlanta so amazing in the beginning. Then you branch off, you got your Ludacris, your, Futures and so forth. I'm like, I don't really necessarily need those guys. I love that old school though. I love the
Right.
way they move, but they were called Dungeon Family. I'm like, most people just don't even care about that. So that's why when I see the Wrens hooking up with all these different artists and creating that family feel, I completely understand.
Love it. Love
I
it.
I completely understand what you're doing because you see something in another artist, you're collaborating with them. And same thing with Eminem. I mean, he is basically doing the tour as a granddad right now, but still rapping his ass off,
Brother.
introducing new acts like it's just amazing.
That's
I,
where
I love that.
that's where a lot of people be fucking slacking. And that a lot of people are so blinded to the fact that Eminem, when you hear most of his albums, you have these independent rappers from Detroit on this
Hmm.
shit. These
Hmm.
aren't signed label fucking rappers. These are from the ground rappers that are
Hmm.
known that made their names in Detroit, that made their names in the streets, because that back in the day, that's what mattered. People bought what the streets were talking about. The streets was talking about a certain rapper, that rapper. Look what happened to 50 Cent. Everybody knew who the
Hmm.
fuck 50 Cent was before he was signed to anybody.
Hmm.
If you were real hip hop, if you were like really in the streets about the hip hop shit, you knew who 50 Cent was before he signed to Shady, before he signed to Columbia, before he signed
Hmm.
to anybody. But you get like for example, Ren. Ren has taken a lot of these artists and has brought in those artists into the whole entire Renegade community.
Hmm.
That whatever they drop, they could almost guarantee the Renegades are going to be there and take care of it.
Absolutely.
And it's going to make numbers. It's going to be heard. Everyone's going to see it. Everyone's going to know about it. Ren built that. Now imagine if we had 20 million Rens across the world doing the same shit
Hmm.
of these rappers, getting these talents that you hear, keeping your eyes in the streets and hearing these talents, going to going to battle competitions, and listening to these motherfuckers and know they have the great cadences and flows that okay, this guy might be able to go on a beat and really ride this beat with this cadence and flow, and he could rap. And see, you could pluck them out of the fucking ring and say, hey, come see me. I want to work with you. Even if it is to do a track, just give that nigga that opportunity to get his bars off. Having that route for the independent scene is being difficult right now because most of these independent rappers are talking about what they know. I believe they're the 99 and 2000s trying to break through this new generation of music
Hmm.
and this like fighting against this brick wall that some of these, because yes, Ren does have a lot of followers and he
Hmm.
has a beautiful support system.
Hmm.
That man's talent does not match his followers. That man's talent does not match his numbers. That man's talent doesn't match any of that.
Not even
He
close.
should be he should be in the multi millions in numbers already
Oh yeah.
in everything that he drops. So as yeah, you could see it as in one side of wow, but look, he's got all this. Yeah, but match the talent to, and I don't want to put success as a dollar sign, but or a number, but it's realistic. Like look, his talent should be reaching a lot more people than it has been.
Hmm.
And that's
Absolutely.
my opinion because I see this man every video giving more than 100% on everything that he does from front to back of anything that he gives us. And I'm
Absolutely.
like, this man needs to be in another level right now. And it's because it's that barrier. It's hard to break that barrier of hypnotism that social media has half the fucking generation on.
How many times did we watch Fire in the Booth that day when you had your celebration about 5, 10 times?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't because of the black spray. It was because we knew what Rim was gonna do over and over and over, and just the craftsmanship, the love for what he does, and it's beautiful to see somebody who is passionate about what they do go do it. That's why they get paid that money. That's why you have your Jordans, LeBrons, your Andre Agassi's, and Pete Sampras. Like I'm going all over all sports. It's a
Right.
beautiful thing. It's poetry in motion, no matter what it is. The art of being yourself can be beautiful. And that Ren personifies that. Like there's no question
Oh,
about that.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's another one that you can look at and say, I got a headache, and I'm over here saying I don't want to go do videos. This man has Lyme disease, and he'll go and write a whole symphony for you.
Thank you.
I have no fucking excuse because I
Thank
have a
you.
headache. I have no excuse because I have this. Because there's motherfuckers out there that have it all a whole lot worse than me that are still grinding and that are still every single day. Even if they're not on camera, you could 100% believe that they're backstage working on something
Hmm.
to make their craft better. And they're just that the love I think is what got me addicted to Ren the most. The
Hmm.
love that he has for the music because you can tell by the time that you put into your projects of what you're really about this hip hop shit. If you're about the drama and all that, you know obviously there's a space for that, there's a lane for that, and you
Hmm.
most likely will be kind of successful with it because that's what people are looking at. Then
Hmm.
you'll get the numbers and you get the followers, you'll get everything that you're asking for, but you're also gonna get all the bullshit with it too.
That's right. That's
So
right.
prepare it. That's all I'm saying. Do what you do, because I know I'm not here, and I know you're not here telling these motherfuckers how to do anything. Yeah, they let them do it however they want to do it. Whatever makes
Hmm.
them feel comfortable, whatever makes their brain think that I'm doing the right move. Do it. Those consequences is going to be drastic.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna have to, it's like you lay in this bed, you make it, brother. Like this is all you. So every decision you make, you have to be willing to deal with the consequences in life. And it's just like the way the culture is going right now is like they don't even care about the consequences
Mm.
because the more consequences I get, the more I give that look that I'm trying to personify. I give that look, the more in trouble I get, the more arrests I get, more solidifies who I'm supposed to be.
Hmm.
If I go put out if I take out an album right now, and I make an album, right, and I'm one of those. And right before the album drops, I go out to a nightclub for my release party, and I go and I get into a fight in the middle of the fucking club. What's more better promotion than me getting into a fight in my own release party? That's gonna sell
It's
more than me just having a whole bunch of people having a great ass time listening to the music and on my phone, everybody's smiling. That's not gonna. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool, thanks." But what's gonna get the most attention is me knocking somebody the fuck out. And
hmm.
that's just the life that we're in. That's where our brains go. Oh, that's when my sons come to me all the time. You saw what happened on Instagram. I don't care. Stop showing me shit.
Right.
You're like, yeah, but this person did this, did it. I was like, did they hit you? No. Then that's the only thing that matters to me. If they hit you, is on site like .com. I don't give a fuck about none of the rest of that stuff. I really don't care about the drama and the bullshit. It doesn't intrigue me. I already dealt with that for 20 fucking years of my fucking life. What more do I want to do with that? That's tiring, bro.
Mm.
That's tiring for 20 years. New York, all the way with through my addiction and everything, it's been drama and drama every day.
Hmm.
Sometimes the brain and the body need a break from that bullshit, man. So the more you stay awake, keep positive people around you, keep it
Facts.
simple, you live a beautiful life. You'll be happier than you think you are.
I,
But people just love that. People need to be in the middle of it. People love to be ratchet. People love to be extra.
I think about it like this, and I have to tell myself, and I look back, I'm like, if you would have thought about every decision that you make in most moments will affect you 5 to 10 years down the line, you'd probably be a completely different person.
Speak to the choir, brother. Oh, completely. You're a 160.
Right.
Oh my God.
But if you can say that to yourself every morning, like, hey, every decision I make today might influence 5 to 10 years down the line, I guarantee you will stray away from a lot of BS.
That's a good tip to give somebody because that's a good question to ask yourself.
Hmm.
And we need to start holding ourselves accountable to a lot of things as well. We got to put ourselves in that position. Like, all right, this is the plan, and this is what you need to be at by this time to give you that little push that you
Hmm.
need. And I like to tell people, change is drastic, and the slower you do it, the more procrastination you're gonna get.
Right.
So it's do it at your pace, but force yourself to fucking do this shit.
Facts.
Don't rush the shit. Learn as you go, because you can't learn when you're rushing. When you're going 100 miles an hour, you can't sit down and really learn. You're gonna fry your brain out. You're gonna fry your body out, and you need to calm down sometimes. But sitting down and actually understanding what's going on and looking at the whole every situation and giving that time for yourself is very fucking important. So take your pace, but hurry the fuck up.
So you did cue in on something. I did not talk about it, but yes, I am still working on my book. Now, this one is more poetic, but it is that stoic feel. But I wrote something earlier that you kind of just spoke on. We have to demand of ourselves to walk in silence towards the vision that we speak of. Just shut up and do it. You talk about the vision, you keep talking to everybody, just shut up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to care what you said. Just walk towards it. And I promise a lot more people would have less issues. Just go do it. Like you spend
Yeah,
more time telling, yeah, I'm going to do this, do that. Like, just go do it.
it's like talk about it, be about it, brother.
Exactly.
You walk the walk. Like, and that's a lot. That's a lot of people that I see right now
Hmm.
that woulda, shoulda, coulda. Like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and then 4, 5, 6 months pass by. Yeah, I couldn't because this, that, and the third, and
Mm.
this, that, and the third, and this, that, and you're like, yeah, I get it. I understand. Life does fucking come and throw you fucking curveballs, bro. It really does, but you gotta dodge them, bro, and keep moving. You can't just dodge them, grab it, and sit there and dwell on that. You
Right.
can't just oh my god, I can't believe that this. Okay, yeah, cool. It happened to you. You can bitch about it. You can be mad. And I used to be that person. I used to be that person, hands fucking down there. When one little thing happened to me, I made it the biggest fucking deal in the world. Like
Hmm.
life is over. It stops here because this little small thing happened. And then I look back at all the times I got pissed off of the smallest fucking shit, and I'm just
Hmm.
like, I wasted all that energy
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, I can't control the nothing comes. If it comes at me, it comes at me. It is what it is. I can't control it. Why do I have to dwell on it when it hits me? When it hits me, figure out how to get out of it
Hmm.
as quick as humanly possible. Next, let's go to the next fucking bump on the road and just
Hmm.
keep it moving. Because to not expect nothing bad to happen to you is living in the now. You can't expect you're gonna live your life and nothing bad's ever gonna happen to you. You're crazy. Please let me know how you living so I can live that way then.
That's right.
But
Send
it doesn't exist.
invitations to the obstacles.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let
Invite
me
them in
let,
and then learn
right.
from it.
Exactly. Let me put them on the mailing list. Okay, cool. I'm supposed to go do that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and
Cause
stack that up. That's
I
a bill.
figured out in 40 years of my life, my brother, I figured out that none of the bumps in the road was planned, bro. It all came out of nowhere.
Right.
So I'm not gonna spend the rest of my 40 years worrying about what the fuck is about to happen or what's going to or might not happen. I don't know. It might, it may not. Is my page gonna blow? I don't know. Am I gonna
Right.
be able to do this comedy? I don't know. I'm gonna try it.
Hmm.
And you know what? And if it doesn't work, that's just another story that I could tell my grandkids. That's just
Absolutely.
something else that I could put in my belt in my history of my life. So and I could share with my vibe gang. I know my vibe gang ain't going anywhere.
Hmm.
Unless I completely switch the fuck up and act like somebody that I'm fucking not, which I wouldn't blame them if they did fucking leave because I would leave myself.
Right.
Because my wife won't be able to let me fucking live that. You crazy? Live a lie? Oh my god.
That would be the worst to witness. Like, what are you doing? You know I can see you. You.
She told me she'll take me out of my she told me she'll take me out of the family insurance and she'll make sure that she'll drop me down a flight of stairs if she ever see me do some stupid shit like that. To make sure that bill's gonna hurt.
She's a,
And
she's a
I'm
good
just
one.
like, holy shit. And I was like, babe, I'm not gonna switch. She was like, I'm just saying. I know you're not. I'm just saying there's a lot of temptation out there and there's a lot of bullshit out there. She was like, if you even think about switching up, she like understand all those people that love you and follow you and think that you're the
Mm-hmm.
best. All those people are gone. She
What
like
we
they're not gonna stick around.
what we sitting at? Like what is it? 161K? Last time I looked, what is it?
161,000. Yeah,
Sheesh.
it's been a
You
ride,
know,
brother. It's been
I
a ride, man.
I believe it, and you deserve every bit of it. I'm telling you, I need to
I
give you
appreciate that.
your credit because there's days when I'm just slightly off, and I'll see your pop up and you going live, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pop in because I know what I'm gonna get, and I know I'm gonna get a laugh. I know some wild shit's about to come out of his mouth, and just like I enter every room that I'm in, let me go grab the popcorn because I'm here for whatever somebody's gonna give me. But when your shit pops up, I'm like, he about to say some wild shit. I'm ready for that intro. I'm getting hyped up. Even if that's all the time I got, I'm like, I needed that to go finish whatever I needed to do. I might not want
That's
to do
dope.
it, but I'm already hyped because of you sitting behind the computer. I'm seeing the chat go wild. You're restarting the intro in usual Uncle Ray fashion. I'm like, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I'm good.
Yeah, I have fun, bro. Like the way I see it is, they allow me to be me, so they're gonna get me 100% me.
That's needed though, and that's what I'm saying. Like when everything's scripted and formatted and so forth. Like honestly, I lived that with the military. Like chop chop chop, picture perfect. I'm like, man, this shit is old, it's stale. I get it, for continuity, but when you can just focus on you and your the vibe gang itself and just have
Right.
fun, it's just
And,
different.
and it's like you had the military. I was in Catholic school for fucking 8 years.
Oof.
So it was everything had to be done a certain fucking way. And then
Hmm.
when I got into the field of where I was in the auto part industry, that was also there's a certain way you have to do things. So it was a constant thing for me to be able to sit here and just literally, like I say it all the time, like this is me without the camera inside. Like my wife, like understand, my wife is happy that I'm doing this because I'm not doing it to her.
She's
Brother,
like, yeah,
when
please go in there.
Eminem dropped an album, before I reacted, it was me and my wife in the bedroom, me saying you have to listen to this, and then me playing the whole album, and I'm standing up, listening to the bars and breaking it down to my wife. Do you understand when he says this, that's a double right there, and
Hmm.
going nuts. And then she's like, yeah, babe, oh yeah, Eminem, yeah. She's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care about any of this. She's like, I love music. She's like, but shut up. And then it was like, where can I use this energy? And then it was YouTube. It was for obviously fucking YouTube.
Hmm.
And it was just an amazing fucking thing, just seeing the whole entire, it's learning as I'm going and seeing the page grow, seeing the new people going in and out of the page, and just growing a real fucking, like, real tight and real amazing community that, like, literally, if I tell them all the time, there's two factors the reason why I'm still doing this, and it's my wife and the vibe gang.
Mm.
My wife and the vibe gang give me the push and they give me the support to do it because they see something in me that I didn't see in me when I started this shit, and they believed in me. So if I have that, I'm already famous. What more fame do I need? I'm
Right.
already famous. If I literally have a group of people that are going to support me, coming on to this camera every single day, and do what I do, I don't need nothing else. I don't need no promo. I don't need no nothing. I don't need an Eminem stand movie. I don't need that. I have my vibe gang that I know that I could go live and they're gonna be there wholeheartedly, and they're gonna support me. I could drop a video and they're gonna be there in the premiere. They're gonna be in the comment sections. I'm gonna open up a Patreon. They're gonna go and they're gonna sign up and they're
Hmm.
gonna join and they're gonna help and do what they do. So I'm already rich. I'm already famous. I'm in my eyes. I'm where I need to be at right now. I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't need no more, no less.
Right.
I'm perfect where I'm at right now because the money and all that, I know it's gonna come. Do I need it right now? I got a house. I got a sugar mama. My wife got money. I'm good. I got a sugar mama. I'm good, brother. Like, what do I need? Like, I come to work in pajama pants, bro.
Oh, that's the best.
I
I don't care
smoke
what.
weed all day and listen to music. Like, well, what am I? What if I complain? Is because I'm a bitch? Because like dead ass. Dead. What do I have to complain about?
I'll drink to that.
I could get angry at certain things. Things could aggravate me. But
Hmm.
if somebody asks me, Ray, where you want to be in 5 years? I'm fine being right here, bro. I'm fine being right here. What more do I need from this? I'm doing what I love to do for a living.
I'm gonna tell you something I used to tell all my teams because you said that one word. But every dog has his day. But I swear, mama didn't raise no bitch. And once you realize like the depths of like what that means, sometimes it's like you get to be you, and no one can tell you to do any differently. And if you've got your family as the core of that's your nucleus, fuck the rest. Fuck them. I don't care who comes in and says, "Oh, you should have did this, that, and the third." I'm like, but I didn't, and I'm probably not going to change it up because you told
Probably
me
not.
to.
Probably not.
like, I'm me.
And
If
don't
I,
get me wrong, I do receive a lot of a lot of constructive criticism throughout the time, and that's what made my page change, and
hmm
I started doing different things because I would do listen to constructive criticism. We as creators, we do take that in because that helps the process. Because if we have a oh, I don't know what to do in this situation thought, or I don't know what to change in this situation, well, it's easy. Just read the comment section. They'll tell you what you need to change.
hmm
They'll tell you what you need to react to next. They'll tell you what lane you need to go to next. Follow the fans. The fans are going to lead you to where you need to go. And everything else is just, I always tell everybody, every day, try to find one thing that makes you happy.
facts.
Just one thing. And just
Mm.
for 30 minutes, focus on that one thing that makes you happy.
Mm.
That does miracles for your brain because it's your time. It's your time away from the crazy. It's your time away from the nagging boyfriend or nagging girlfriend or
hmm
husband and wife that takes away from the nagging kids. That's it. All that gets shut away. Take that 30 minute to an hour time for yourself and doing whatever you want to do, even if it means looking at a fucking wall for an hour. If that's what you want to do for an hour with your headphones, listening to just crickets in the background, if
hmm
that's what your peace sounds like, then do it. Take
mm
that time for yourself because you need to be, you talked about balance earlier. You need to be balanced, most importantly, with yourself. Your brain needs to balance with everything that's going on. It's running 24/7. You have to give it a break.
hmm
Whatever that break looks like to you, take it for yourself. And,
hmm
and, and then if the spouse doesn't let you, leave them no fucking choice.
Thank you. Boundaries are so important. Like
Hey,
I,
I'm taking 30 minutes. I don't want to hear it from nobody. Get in the car and
uh,
leave. Turn your phone off. You don't have to have the phone on.
hmm
Go. Just go. And take that time for yourself because it's rough. And these new creators that are doing reactions now and everything, I'm like, you guys are coming in a very tough time because I think it's time for us to bring up this UMG shit
yes,
and
I was going to
and
ask you about that.
I'm trying to transition, brother. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm
Hey,
trying to
you
transition.
that was
I'm trying
great.
to transition. So this UMG thing is like I see all these new talents and these new reactors, and I'm just like, damn, they're good and they're amazing at what they do. But this fucking situation right now, and it's not even with UMG. I don't even want to bring UMG as the core front into this. YouTube as a whole with the way they're blocking, and because YouTube does do a lot of crazy things at times that is questionable, and then when you ask, you don't really get an answer.
hmm
And this is coming from me and you. We've dealt with claims before. We've dealt with dealing with YouTube and fighting claims and fighting all this shit, and we'll sit there and it just doesn't make any sense. And then some things that other YouTubers do work for them, but it doesn't work for me. Like they told me a long time ago, appeal everything. But the more I do research on all the more appeals, the chances that you get to get the shit fucking striked. So it's just like it literally tells you right there in the appeal process that if the person wants, they can't strike you.
Hmm.
Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it won't happen. At any moment, they can say, "All right, I'm done of this person making money off of this, so I'll just strike their page and make sure they'll never do it again." And people want to play that game. That's fine and dandy. I'm not playing that game at all. I dispute and I let it run. But YouTube now, what I'm seeing YouTube do is, yeah, that's right, Heather. They are allowing other companies, publishing companies, to fuck us, but YouTube is also doing their own bullshit in the background when it comes to putting our videos out there in the algorithm and doing certain things. Because you can follow their rule book down the line on how to put up a video, and you're still not going to be in the algorithm like you're supposed to be. So like I know you've been gone for a minute, but what are your thoughts about this whole entire UMG, YouTube, the whole guideline shit, the strikes, the whole mess?
So it's funny when I came back, and I know a couple of my subs know this. I have two strikes, and they are from UMG. So you want to
Ugh.
talk about playing and really strategizing all over again? Like, how do I come back out? Because some of my favorite artists are associated with UNG in some form or fashion. Like, and one of them was Chinchilla. I'm like, where did this come from? Like,
Yeah.
granted, she recently got into the fold, but I'm like, man, I didn't even know.
Right.
I mean, as we were talking, I had a pop up with Big X the Plug, one of my favorite rappers. He's blowing up, but it's just like, it's pretty much a warning. But I'm like, is all of this eventually going to come back? Because the video that popped up was at least 6, 7 months ago, and I've only had my channel for probably about a year and some change.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
this is going to get really bad for reactors because again, you grow this fan base, you grow what you think is going to be longevity, and it could be gone overnight.
Overnight.
And
Like right
that's
now, they literally could go down to all my 4,100 videos, and they could find anything to give me a strike for, and they can literally give me one, two, three. You're out of here. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you for shopping at YouTube. You're out of here. And everything that I worked for completely gone. So at that moment,
mm,
what do
uh,
I do? Do I rebuild or do I say fuck it? I'm gonna go back to 9 to 5. I have to rebuild. I've already invested all this fucking time into it
right.
for just because that roadblock, like we were talking about before, that roadblock shit happens,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a possibility it can happen. UMG is acting up. Like right now, I had a video, bro, had 33,000 views.
Mm,
33,000 views. Beautiful fucking start to a month. I'm getting paid for it. Partially, I'm not fully getting paid, but I'm
right.
partially getting paid for it. A nice couple of dollars. Beautiful video. All right, cool. Thank you. After it gets 33,000 views, I get blocked. Dead
It doesn't
ass.
even make sense.
I get blocked. And like, mind you, when I did the video, I put it up. They blocked it immediately when I first put it up. I fought the block. You know, you wait the 48
Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
they
yeah.
release it, and then you'll be able to show it to the people. So
Mm-hmm.
when they did it, when I did the block, when I fought the block, it came back as sharing revenue. So I was like, oh shit, okay,
Mm,
I'm fucking with that. Let's go.
mm-hmm.
And it was on for days, bro, for weeks. 33,000 views. And I'm like, oh shit, let's go. And then one day I see an email. Yeah, you're not getting paid for this one no more, and it's blocked. And I'm like, why? And the only form that I could fight is appealing it. And I'm like, I'm not appealing shit, man. Y'all can have it.
Mm-hmm.
So that all that money's gone. So like, I've seen in the past 6 months, and a lot of people could say, "Oh, there's not nothing really going on YouTube, and there's not nothing really going on this." It's no, and I was like, when I could see my paycheck literally get cut in half in the last
Right.
6 months, there's a fucking problem. Like
Absolutely.
right, like when you're in a situation, like I'm in a situation right now where I'm like, all right, well now I gotta go make a decision whether I should go get a part-time job, because if it cut in half last month, what's gonna happen this month?
Exactly.
Is it gonna cut that in half? Because if it cuts that in half, I'm fucked. I'm not. I won't be able to do it. Financially, I won't be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and I know my wife is gonna be like, "Shut up! You could do it. Like we got it. Don't worry about it. Just keep on pushing and keep on doing what you're doing." And I know, but as a man, in my mind, I'm just like,
It's demoralizing because again,
right now, exactly.
that's the time, it's the editing, and that's the thing that people don't see. I'm like, I don't even do too many edits, but I'm like, okay, if there's maybe some things I just got carried away with, yeah, I might cut a few things because I do want it to flow. I'm not that big in numbers, so I want to basically keep it to a certain time frame. I'm trying to use the strategy as best as I possibly can, but to know, like, yeah, you just spent 2 hours on that, you done uploaded it. This is the only one you could record today, and nope, blocked. And I'm like, well, damn, I just wasted all that time. And I even told
All that
myself,
time.
I'm like, it's going to be very hard for me to record a few things here and there, knowing, especially right now, like this might take some time away from my girls. And I got 2 strikes. I'm like, yeah, like,
That's and a lot of people say when you're in that position, they say just don't even use your current channel. Open up a new channel and start it from scratch. But then you're like, that's easier said than fucking done when I've already built my following in this one channel,
mm-hmm,
knowing how difficult it is to transfer people over to another page. It's not easy. People just don't follow you just because
right.
you put up a link. They're not gonna do that. So like that's why the Vibe Gang, Deborah, like all these people in the Vibe Gang, we created this petition right here. So if you're on the screen, you look at it. That's the only way I could do it on StreamYard. That's the petition right there. If you scan that, you could go and sign the petition, and it's pretty much to go have a sit down with UMG to see if we can get a petition enough people to go there to have that conversation. Like we're not saying give us everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that. We're fighting because you should know more than us how much and how long does it take to do this. This
Mm-hmm.
isn't just record and send. I wish it was that fucking easy.
Mm-hmm.
And we put a lot of work into our shit. We put a lot of time. We put a lot of time away for our family to try to grow, a community to help your artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we may get some fan bases out of that. We may get some followers out of it. Yeah, obviously it's helping us as well. But it's a win-win because if I'm reacting to, let's just say, Upchurch, and I got fans that followed me because I was listening to Ren.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do an Upchurch reaction. They be like, oh, Ray just put up a video. Let me see who he's listening to. And then they
Mm-hmm.
listen to Upchurch and they're like, oh, shit. I just gave that person
Ex-
another person and probably will support them. Buy
exactly.
their merch, buy their albums, give them views, do whatever. So it's a give and take. It's not like we're hurting your artist at all. We're bringing more eyes to your artist, if anything, for free.
Mm-hmm.
Because half you guys don't pay us. And it's
Exactly.
fine, but when you start blocking our videos, then now nobody can see our work. That's where I have a fucking problem with that because I'm not signed to you.
Exactly.
Don't block my shit when I have fair use and I'm doing it 100%. You trying to tell me that my shit should be blocked? My 3 minute fucking song reactions is fucking 45 minutes. How many times did I pause on that? Why do you think I don't edit that much? Why do I have to edit? It's 45 fucking minutes.
Exactly.
I paused enough where I'm not. There shouldn't be no copyright. Nobody could go to my reaction and record a whole song. Good luck. You'll be there for 7 days, bro.
It's impossible.
Guaranteed.
It is literally impossible.
So how am I not using fair use? How are people when they're stopping when they're supposed to do not being fair used? We're giving you our breakdown in our own unique ways. We're helping all your artists to get more views from other fucking people. They will go and buy your shit and go buy your album and buy your merch and make you money. But then you're gonna say, nah, I don't need you. Okay. They don't know. They don't understand that the reaction community is bigger than what they think.
Uh, I put it like this: what's the difference between barbershop talk? What's the difference between sports broadcasting? They can go talk trash about that team, whether it be whatever team. Either they love what they did or they hated what they did. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, different format, but just because it's music, come on
It,
now, like
it's just
this.
greed. It's just simple greed. That's all that it is. It's just they're looking for they. they know that they'll be like, all right, even if we get 10 people out of this person reacting to the song, block them. Those 10 people are going to now follow the artist. They only think about the long run. They're like, they don't think about the middleman. They don't think about nothing of how the artist got introduced to that consumer. They don't give a fuck about that. They just give a fuck about, is the consumer spending money? Did they like the song? Did they follow that artist after they heard the song when the reactor did it? That's all that I give a fuck about, because now they're gonna go and bring his money, and then now we're gonna make our money. So thank you for that exposure. Have a nice fucking day. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna block your shit in 3 months because I don't want you to get too much exposure.
It, it just doesn't make sense. Again, it's the whole point of reaction. It's like, hey, this is somebody that you may not have heard of. Here you go.
Right?
Like
And
that.
that's why the independent artist I love so much, especially people like Ren, people like Token, people like all these dudes that really like Upchurch and shit. They really help out the reactors and really push the reactors and say, hey, fuck what you heard. They'll make their own little clips and put us all in it, and then we'll be out there in these compilation clips of their music and stuff like that. Webby, all of them, and then a lot of
Hmm.
them whitelist a lot of us, and they'll whitelist where we get paid for all their stuff. Dopest thing, the word fucking uh, 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 Token hits me up and is like, yo, with all the reactions you ever done of mine, just go ahead and send it in through this email, and you good. And
Mm.
you white and he whitelisted me, and I'm just like, just for the independent artist to do that for a reactor, knowing that this is how we have to survive on this, it is an amazing fucking thing. So all those dudes ran at, like that Prov, Webby, all of them that show love to reactors and understand what is that we're doing. We're the new DJs.
Hmm.
And I think the industry is just intimidated by that because the reach that we have. You're trying to tell me right now, if I'm a rapper and I'll go contact No Life Shack and say, yo, I'm gonna hit you up with $500. I need a reaction. You think that I'm not gonna get a shitload of exposure if No Life Shack reacts to my shit?
And that was my thing too. It's just like these big time reactors are not going to have these problems, and I'll give them kudos. They've been in the game for a long time. Like
They
I don't
know
got
they
nothing
know
nothing bad
the
to say.
exactly.
But at the same time, it's just like you might get a certain perspective from them. You're probably going to get many different perspectives from different age groups, demographics, geographic location, everything based on what life is giving a person then and there. So why not accept that? Again, it's more of a this is the only way that you can get this, and
Right.
we're going to narrow that lane. But why? It doesn't make sense. You don't gotta throw me $500. I'm doing it for free, basically. Just let me let me allow it to run. Yeah.
Let me, and they don't understand, like, if an artist whitelists me, right? And I know on average, let's just say, just to throw numbers out there, I get 100,000 views every time I react to this person. Do you understand how much money I'm getting out of that reaction if I'm whitelisted?
Right. I
I'm
mean,
making, so you could, yeah, like you said, you could keep that $500. You could keep that. I don't need that cash app. You could keep that. Whitelist me, put me on the payroll, and I'll go ahead and I'll react to anything that you drop, and we good. We good if I fuck with the artist, because that's another thing. I'm
I was
not
about to
gonna.
say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go and do all that. Just I won't. I won't ever talk to anybody like that if I don't believe in their music, and I don't believe in their vision, and I don't believe in what lane they're in. I would
Hmm.
never do business with artists like that. If it's just like a money exchange type shit, no. If I see you and I'm like, okay, I could see this person really going the extra mile to really go above and beyond for the consumer. They're really in a right space, and their content it really hits because they're talking about real life shit, and I
Hmm.
believe in what they're doing wholeheartedly. Whitelist me, I got you. I will react to your shit no matter what, but that's all we need. We're not asking
Exactly.
for no sign-on bonuses on shit. We're not. Well,
No.
I could speak for me. I can speak for me. I'm not asking for. If you just let me get paid off the video,
Hmm.
that's all I need from you, bro.
Right.
I'm good.
I'm assessing your art. If you go to a museum, the art just stays on the wall, but everybody can see it.
Right.
Pay the fee. The fee for a person coming in to watch the reaction is just a click. But what you can get outside of that click is way more because of the
Exactly.
exposure. So the value is going to go up. It's the same concept. The more hands or the eyes that can see it or understand it from all these different lenses, the better. And that's why I just
Exactly.
don't understand about greed. Like, what's the point of being greedy? Like, it's not a rare item when the artist puts it out.
Well, it's to fill a void. That's
Mm,
all that greed is you're trying to fill something in that you can't get any other way. So you think materialistic shit's gonna fill that in for you. So the more you consume, the more you need. If I buy everything that I materialistically ever wanted in my life, what do I have left? Ask yourself that question. If I could buy right now everything in the world that I've ever wanted, all right, I got it. I'm sitting down with everything that I want. What do I have after that? Nothing. You have nothing. All you have is a whole bunch of materialistic shit that's heavy to fucking move. That's all you got.
it's gonna turn into some Diddy
And it's gonna
shit.
turn
That's what it's gonna turn into.
exactly. So
Hmm.
once you start chasing the bag and not just allowing the bag to just come to you, then like I'm a very I put a lot of my faith into everything that I do. And if I know I'm moving funny, and we know when we're moving funny because we know. Inside, we could truly tell ourselves, we're the only ones that can tell ourselves, all right, brother, you need to stop because you're moving crazy right now.
Hmm.
If we could just hear that voice and follow that voice and follow our faith and just go down that road, I can tell you millions of times. And my wife is in the chat. I think I just saw her in the chat. And the most craziest thing happened. I told my wife, oh my God. And I'm going to be very transparent right now. But this is just a testament that I want to give everybody just to let you know why is it that I walk by faith and that's it. And it's because I'm freaking out because I haven't seen my psychiatrist in quite in a about a month and a half. And I'm not used to that. It's every other week I'm seeing and I'm talking to my counselor and I'm really opening up and we were getting to a good place and then for a lot of shit that was going on I didn't see him with the medical and all that stuff. Anyway, I sat with my wife the other day in the car, and I'm telling her, and I was like, I need a session. I need a one on one with him, and I need to get because my mind is like and I was like, man, and I gotta wait until December because December that's when we our visits to him for our free visits to him hit is back in December, and that's in my mind. I'm saying December. I can't wait until December because I need something now and it's like $175 to see him if I don't have insurance. So I'm like, I ain't got $175 to go pay for this man. So I'm just like, fuck. I look at my phone, literally, babe, if you're in the chat, what, 10, 15 minutes? 10, 15 minutes after that, there's an email that I get. And the email says, you have just been up, you've just been, your account has been updated. Your 6 free sessions have been added onto your account.
Mm.
And I'm talking in the middle of me speaking it out and saying, this is my worry. This is what's going on with me. Like that. It said, all right, here. So at that
Mm.
moment, I took it and I just made the appointment. And I'm going to see him his open appointment is the 16th. So I'm going to see him the 16th. So, but it's that's the reason why I walk by faith. Because
Mm.
that is not the first time that type of stuff happens to me. If I walk right, he will lead the way. He'll give me what I need, but
Right.
on his time, not on my time.
Facts.
It's on his time. So I have to be patient, and that's the worst part of being a human being. Is that's the problem right there? That's our Achilles heel. That's everything. There's a problem with us. Our patience. We have none.
Hmm.
We want it now. It needs to happen now because if it doesn't happen now, my anxieties are not going to let me understand why it's not happening now. I need this now. I need to pay this now. I need this money now. Why? Calm the
Mm.
fuck down. Sit the fuck back. Everything that happens to me, I always think it happens for a reason.
Hmm.
When my account is frozen because of some stupid reason, it happened for a reason. Because you're spending too much money. Slow the fuck down. Now you can't use your card for 10 days.
Hmm.
Everything that happens to me is I take it as a lesson because, all right, I need to slow myself the fuck down. I need to chill on this or I need to chill on that, and it's all a lesson. And to be blessed to have this platform and to have these conversations with people like you and just to share the message out and just help people that probably are lost right now, that
Mm.
don't know what avenue to take or don't know what road to fucking start walking. Like, try everything. Why not? You're here. So instead of just try everything, whatever you see fits you, go with it. But go with it faithfully, humbly, and go with it with love. You can't go with shit with hatred because, I mean, you're not gonna be doing nothing at that point. You're just gonna make yourself in a worse situation.
Like you know me a little bit better now, but I'm very empathetic, and I'm saying that from the best possible place. So even when we first connected, I was like, brother, if you ever need anything, let me know. That's what I meant. Like honestly, I've had 2 hour long conversations with people that I hadn't talked to in 15 years, and then we instantly just start talking again. And like, man, like appreciate you just being there. I'm like, I don't know the next time I'll have this opportunity to have that given to me. So why not at least take that time to do that?
Right.
And I would say that to many people. Now, I'll be honest. I got myself in trouble because I have this bad habit. It's not a bad habit, honestly. It's just more of a. I will go into my Patreon and I'll be like, hey, like anybody want to do coffee or whatever. Well, I made some mistakes. It is what it is. But I would just call. And I forget because I know I don't have any bad intentions. And again, I've never met anybody, but I'm just like, hey, how you doing? And you know, on the other side of the phone, I'm like, I'm not even thinking about what the fuck they got going on on their side. I'm just
Right.
like, no, I'm being genuine. Like, how are you doing? I just want to check on you and so forth. But most people really don't have that option. And some people, especially, you know, in these communities that we have, like, are just living, you know, and seeking more from what they get from reactions as well. I'm like, man, like this is my community. Like I actually genuinely care. And
Right.
I know most people don't understand that, but like I'm pretty sure you thought I was crazy. Like, man, this motherfucker don't care about me. Like, nah, like I do. I feel that way. Like I
No, no,
genuinely
no, no,
feel it.
no. When I like to say that I have a very good judge of character, and usually when I see somebody, or even when I talk to somebody, I usually can tell pretty quick what that person's intentions are. And you won't notice a change of my attitude, but you'll notice a change of a lot of other things.
Hmm.
And I can't, I mean, I can't give away the sauce, but you can tell by other things that if I fuck with you or I don't fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
And from day one, you have been so genuine with me from day one that I'm just like, you're like that, and I know we're the same age, but you're like that older OG brother. That when I hear you talk, like I know at the end of the day, no matter what comes out this man's fucking mouth, it's gonna be game that I can learn. And every time when you tell me, when you hit me up and you tell me that yo, whatever you need, I got you. I'm there. You let me know whatever you need. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that hit me up. A lot of people that hit me up. Hey, if you ever need anything, brother, and I know when it's just a false offer, when
Mm-hmm.
it's just being offered because that person's probably thinking, hey, what can I benefit off of this?
I hate that
If I
approach.
extend exactly,
Mm.
if I could extend this offer, what can I benefit out of this offer being extended? That if you need anything from me, I got you. I'm pretty, I because I like I said, not only was I in the streets, but I also worked customer service for 20 years. I could read people.
Oh yeah, you
I
see
could
it.
read a situation. I'd see it every day. And I could read a situation. I could see a person's demeanor, even through text, even through because a lot of my job before that I got into the service industry, a lot of my job was contacting through customers through email, contacting customers through text messages, and just feeling them out and trying to get
Mm-hmm.
payment and trying to do this and so it's you get a sense of just having that sixth sense of knowing somebody when you meet them. Never had that feeling towards you. Never had that feeling towards a lot of reactors that I have in my platform. I've had that feeling a lot with artists. I've had that feeling a lot with certain members of the community and stuff. But the way I see it is kill them with kindness It's not just a saying.
Right.
It's not just like I'm not going to let you fuck my energy up.
Thank you.
I love my energy the way it is right now. That even my wife, me and my wife have this conversation all the time, bro. Like one thing that I hate is when I'm waking up and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling positive, and boy, today's gonna be good reactions because you could just feel it when you're about to jump into the studio, when you're about to get
Oh
in
yeah.
these songs and really
Oh yeah.
I wanna break these bitches down and everything, and then you get onto a stream or you get onto a video or anything, and then somebody just pulls the rug from under you, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, now I'm pissed. Now I'm upset. So a person, and I had to learn a long time ago how to not let people fuck up my energy, and it's hard. Is one of the most difficult things to do is not let a person fuck up your energy. And I learned a long time ago that if you let a motherfucker live in your head rent free, that motherfucker's gonna stay there forever.
Facts.
So ignorance is bliss, pettiness is funny, and keep it trucking. Because out of 3, 4 comments that I could get saying that I pause too much, that this, that, and the third, that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I don't know how to break down bars, and yada yada yada, and all this, I got 20,000 other ones saying that I'm the shit. So, brother, I'm a numbers game, bro. I focused more on the people that were showing me love than the people that were showing me hate, and the people that showing me hate, I'm gonna have fun with you. It's up
Hmm.
to that point right now, and I'm happy that I've been through all the stupid shit through this YouTube shit. I'm happy that I've met all the crazy and the dumb and the freaking ignorant people because it got me to this point, and I don't and why I'm grateful for it is because it's not only gonna help me in my YouTube career, it's gonna help me in my real life dealing with real life stupid people,
Absolutely.
and that was my problem that I had. I had the worst problem of when I have stupidity in front of me in real life, I could picture myself jumping over the counter. Once it got to that point, I was like, all right, now I got to make a decision. It's either I'm going to work for YouTube or I'm going to work for my job, but I can't do because it's starting to get to because I'm around stupid people. Everywhere I go, there's somebody's going to say or do something dumb. Then I'm just like, oh my god, why? Once I started just focusing on my tight little circle, keeping everything that made me happy close, and everything that didn't make me too happy at arm's length, at this point, brother, you could say anything to me right now, bro. And I'm just gonna be
Mm.
like, I love you too, my guy. I'm gonna
Facts.
roast the fuck out of you because that's just what the fuck I do.
Yeah. I was
But
laughing even when you did my reaction. You're like, I'm gonna roast you. I'm like, go for it. Like I like that. I needed that. It was just fun watching because I was like, I've never watched my own reaction like that. I can't critique myself. So it's good to
but
just see that happen.
it's dope doing that, man. Because like I said, I was learning a lot of different. I was like learning not only on how to do the reaction thing when it comes to like editing or just the blueprint of how to do reactions. Not you guys showed me a lot of that, but you guys also showed me how unique everyone really fucking is. Like how the different mind, because that's why I was like doing the same songs, different reactors, but the same song, because I
Right.
wanted to see that different perspective of
Mm-hmm.
what do these people think. Like everybody knows what I thought about this song.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what all these other reactors thought about the song. My worry about doing that was, you know how you subconsciously just mimic people the more that you see other people.
Right.
I was worried that I was going to be watching all these reactors, and then I was just going to mimic their shit, and then I started to see that it wasn't happening, and I was like, all right, I'm fucking safe on that. But it's like the love. I was worried that how motherfuckers is not gonna like it
It's great.
because this was something that I brought it out to the fans. The fans said it was a great idea. A fan brought it to me, and we talked about it, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna see what I was worried because I'm like, I know how I am. I like to roast people, especially if I see that they're cool and they like. I like to have fun, and I'm never gonna roast somebody like bad to the point where they're gonna be pissed off at me. But I'm gonna have my fun and learn. And worried as fuck to put it out. And I started putting it out. Everybody fucked with it. And I was like, okay. And then I did a different reactor. And then I was like, okay, everybody's fucking with it. And then I did yours. And I was like, well, his face looks like he don't like motherfuckers roasting his ass. So let me make sure. I just wanted to make sure everything was copacetic because I know I smoke a little bit, and then when shit comes out, I can't stop it, bro. I
I
can't
like
stop it.
it.
It happens.
I'm telling you, I needed that laugh, and again, that's me transitioning out of a different space too. Just being able to see you have fun with what I did was
Right,
even a
right,
blessing.
right.
I'm just like I can't be mad at that. Like I I needed to see that happen because I don't know who's doing what on the other side of this.
Right.
While they're watching this, I could be called all types of motherfuckers and dumbasses and all stuff. I'm like, and I still don't care. It's just more of I'm like I wish I did know. But I love the comments. But to see you, who's an experienced reactor, take and honestly take the family, the village, and say, hey, let me bring you and elevate what you've got going on by giving you the stage or sharing the stage with me. That's a blessing. Like, uh, I think
I,
my subs told me they're like, hey, you're on Uncle Ray's. I'm like, I don't even know who that is, but I'll go check it out. And that's how oblivious I was. And then I saw you.
right.
I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, that's like a brother. I could just tell. I'm like, it just makes sense. I'm like, and I'm having fun being clowned right now. I'm okay with it.
And that's the energy that I was trying to portray, and that's all that it was. It was to build that high school jokey back and forth,
Hmm.
having a good time. I don't mean anything by the things that I say. I would love to think that people know when I'm joking and when I'm being real about something, and just to see that you guys were okay with it, and just to see that you guys accepted it, and didn't really push away from it, and embraced it and enjoyed it, it was like the most amazing thing because I was like, oh, right now I could stay on this niche because not only am I having fun with it, the fans are fucking loving the shit. The other reactors are starting to become more connected with me, and I'm bringing them up on the podcast, so it's giving me more content that I could give to the fans and just learn about who the reactors are. We see they see us on camera every day
Mm.
doing reactions and getting little pieces of us. Me bringing reactors up to the podcast is just like, all right, let's get to know who the fuck these reactors are.
Hmm.
Instead of the little time that you spend with them on the videos, let's sit down for a couple hours and let's really let pick each other's brain. Let's have these conversations. Let's bond like humans instead of we're
Hmm.
peers. We work in the same building. We might
Hmm.
as well get to know each other and because we're all in this shit. We
That's
all
right.
gotta be here from 9 to 5. We all gotta take a 30-minute lunch. Let's sit down. Let's have the conversation. Let's have some conversations that people may not want to have. Let's have a conversation that will open eyes. Let's give game when we have to, or when we're talking because there's a lot. Like I look back in some of these fucking interviews and stuff. A lot of these reactors that I interviewed, and there's so much game in these things that I'm just
Hmm.
like, wow. I would love to just sit down and just edit all like the good points that you guys bring up and just do a compilation type of situation because it's a lot of good game for upcoming reactors that don't know the fucking game. This shit is ain't easy, man. Like, and you got that knowledge to do that for these other reactors, for these up and coming that are trying to get a name out there for just because you lived life. You know what it is to live this crazy fucking world, and you know what it is for the trials and tribulations and going through companies and being, going above and beyond and wherever you do financially. You may not have a long time doing reactions, but you had a long time living life.
Right.
So, I mean, these younger reactors and these up and coming reactors, I felt like I wanted to be that one that I could, if I could lend a hand, I can because I didn't make this channel. Like this was like 40% me.
Right.
My community, my family, they're the ones that like trust. Like my wife, I showed my wife a fucking merch idea that I had, and she was like, "Baby, it's trash." Like that's the type of shit that I'm saying. Like Without that, none of this would matter. None of this is gonna be here if it wasn't for people like my wife and people like the Vibe Gang and the Vibe Hive. That they're gonna have my back just like your people. They have your back through and through.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what you're gonna do, I know your community is gonna take you to where you need to get to. And as long as you get back to the community's always gonna take care of you.
They will.
That's 100% fact.
I love the note takers, and I'm getting text messages because my oldest is gonna get on my ass if I don't spend some time with her.
Go
But
do what you got to do, brother.
but I do want to say this even before we wrap it up. The reason why I am the way that I am, to be perfectly honest, I walk into every room in peace because I've walked out sometimes in pieces. And that is probably the best thing that I can give to anybody because I know what it's like to not have people by your side to understand where you're at. And it doesn't matter what type of smile you put on. It doesn't matter how you hold your head high. Like it it's gonna hit you different when you know that you got the right people around you.
Right.
Like I call my people the note takers because I walked into every room and I would take notes first. Like let me shut up and read the room.
Read the
But
room.
there's plenty of times I'm like, damn, like I can't. The reason why I get some a little bit emotional about it is because I've walked out of rooms knowing that I've lost people on the field of battle and they can't even stand beside me. So when I talk sometimes in depth, it's really because I'm like, man, like if you only knew.
Right.
So when I do get to take the time to talk with you and people and then just check on them, like I am trying to be as present as I possibly can because you never know how much they need you.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
my segue is I'm gonna get my ass whipped if I don't go check on my oldest and see
You
what
do
she
what you got to
wants.
do, man.
But hey, I appreciate
But
you just taking the time, brother.
thank you, man. Thank you for taking your time out. I know you got three girls. You got to. They're the bosses. You got to listen. So
Don't
I
don't say that.
appreciate you even taking this time for just hanging out with me, having a great fucking convo. This is not. It's going to be the first of many, because I'm
Oh
absolutely going
yeah,
to have you back up here. Maybe I go up in your page, do whatever. We're going to work again. We can definitely going to work again,
absolutely.
my
But
brother.
brother, I appreciate you. Like I said, and genuinely, if you need anything, this is just one on one. It doesn't matter what it is. Next time I'm down your way, we're gonna link up and we're just
Oh,
gonna
we're
have a
gonna
good
link
time.
up. We're gonna definitely, because I missed the last one. I was like, damn man, I missed the last. But we're gonna
It's all
link up
good.
next time when you're around the way. And if I'm around your way, man, I definitely gonna hit you up and we're gonna link up.
It's
Cause
all
like I
good.
said, 2026, I'm trying to do some comedy shows, and eventually it's gonna come out of Florida. So I want to go to different states and do like weekends somewhere and shit like that. So I may to
I'll
come
be
to your
there.
city
I'll be there, whiskey in
and
hand.
do that. Hell yeah,
Matter
hell
matter of
yeah.
fact, I'll promote you on the radio. Come on now, this is how you make
Let's do it.
connections.
Let's
Like this is
do
how it's
it. The
done.
minute, like that's the plan though. That's absolutely the plan. 2026, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna really start scouting this shit out. And I want to go do weekends in different places. Even if I have to drive, it is what it is. And I want to do some time. So if you got your shit up and running, man, if you can help promo, bro, I appreciate the fuck out that.
Too easy, I promise you. Hey, brother, let me get
Love,
out of
man.
here. Like I said.
I appreciate you.
All right, stay blessed.
All right, man. Guys, thank you guys so much. That was my brother Tonedeaf. That was a great conversation me and my brother had, man. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't, please go follow him. The link should be somewhere in the comment section. This was a great combo I had with my guy, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something from it. Um, have a great weekend. I'm gonna be in home. I'm gonna be in home somewhere in the house for the next 2 days. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be with the wife. I'm gonna be with the kids. I will see you guys on Monday, 9 a.m. We're going live for a Monday's Dodo live stream on Twitch. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Have a great fucking weekend. I love all of you. Remember that.